really good.
Be like, Bussin' with the boys, hanging with the fellas, betting on a game. No woman's gonna tell us what to do, and I've been over here just drinking beer and making that noise. Baby, I'm hanging with the fellas, bussin' with the boys.
Bro.
Good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Bussin' With The Boys. This is episode 363. Happy to be here. A new year starting fresh and hot. We got a lot of things to talk about in this Bussin' intro before we get to Lavonte David. But as always, new year, same presenting sponsor, which is Bussin' With The Boys, is presented by FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Wildcard round is in the books. Divisional round matchups are set. We've had some crazy moments and things are just heating up from here. We're officially in playoff mode, and so is FanDuel. They're making things even better by letting you choose your reward. All FanDuel customers can choose between a no sweat bet or a profit boost. So what are you going to do? You're going to boost the payout over, you're going to boost the payout on an over you're feeling good about. Maybe use your no sweat bet in a long shot parlay. FanDuel is putting the power in your hands and the choice is yours. Make sure you head to FanDuel.com/bussin' on game day to choose a reward. That's FanDuel.com/bussin' to choose your reward every round of the NFL playoffs. And do us a favor as well. If you're watching this show, if you could just hit that subscribe button for us, that would be masterful. That'd be extremely helpful because every time you subscribe, it helps us just get better in this world when it comes to the media space that we live in. It doesn't hurt you at all, but it helps us a whole lot. Sherman, did you have something?
I just think the whole subscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe thing, it really is one of my favorite parts of this podcast. It does help the podcast, and I thank the fans a ton for it.
That's massive.
That was on my heart. I had to get it off.
I'm glad you got it off.
Yeah, I'm glad
Shout
you got
out
it
to Tier
off.
Ones, man.
Let's break down the weekend. All right, Bussin' With The Boys is very busy. Two completely different paths. The boy Willie C and a couple of the fellas in the back. You guys jumped over Fiesta Bowl and you also went over the Peach Bowl. Myself, McPherson, and Beeman, we went with you guys to Arizona, popped on a quick little Southwest Betty over to Las Vegas, Nevada, had ourselves a very difficult weekend.
Yeah.
It was a very difficult weekend. We're not going to get too in the weeds about it.
Is Demon on a heater?
Demon's up.
I mean, again, breaking down like Zany's last week.
Demon he's on a heater.
It's Demon month right now.
Yeah, Zany's into the PJ, into Vegas, into the biggest hit of his life, $2,000 bet hit. Dude was living. Whiskey ginger ale.
Yeah, he's a whiskey ginger savant when he's in Vegas, dude.
He was living life, man.
He is. He's got the waitress too. He finishes his cup and before he puts it down, there's another one right in his hand. Like he's got everyone.
It's like, how'd this get here?
Yeah, operating on his life right now. He is crushing it. But dude, Vegas, the vlog will be coming out very soon. I'm not getting too much of details. Here's what I'll say. We won. It could have been a massive win if I wasn't being a greedy little cuck. That's the problem. That's the problem. A greedy little boy. We get there, and I'm just gonna let you know right now. The minute we get there and the first bet we put down, it was like bam, like solo mission, and had a massive win.
It was like a moment to where I'm not losing this weekend.
It was a moment to that, and it was that coupled with it's been 2 months. I'm excited. I get my first sit at the table, and it's like maybe it's just one of those. We've had those weekends before where it's like kind of can't do anything wrong here. Like everything we do, and then get murdered.
Well, it started out where we thought we couldn't do anything wrong.
But then that time, and then it was like,
that's
maybe
what set the trajectory of failure.
Yes, and it was no one's fault but mine. It was my own greed. It was my own what number are we gonna hit? What X, Y, and Z? Blah blah blah. Like almost came crashing down and burning on me. It was brutal in a lot of ways. So much adversity to where I'm like reevaluating the way I take on Vegas. I'm a like, do I go back to only betting big with Dana and sitting with him tunnel of chaos? Because I put myself in about 15 tunnels of chaos this weekend.
Oh, snap.
All right. And I'm just thinking, like, what are we out here chasing? What are we doing? Like,
you want me to read the text you sent to me and Jarod?
Yeah, read the time as well.
At 3:26 a.m.
That's a Vegas time.
Yeah,
technically Sunday morning, but Saturday night. Taylor sends me and Jarod a text while he's 5 feet from us, but he's at the table. He goes, "If we get out of here back to sea level, I swear to God, I'll change the way I gamble." And he got above it, and then he goes, "I'm not changing."
Yeah, that is the first thing I said. But dude, I literally, like, even the Southwest flight home to Nashville, I'm sitting there. Jared's, by the way.
Me and Jarod were sleepy boys.
Sleepy boys. I was too, and I tried to catch myself a little bit of shut eye, but Jarod came inside the middle, like, hey, this is a completely full flight. The way Southwest is doing it now, I wasn't rocking that A1 because I checked in so late. I was like A16.
Ooh.
End up getting that cozy boy Southwest exit row seat.
Now,
anyway.
are you still in line and get the kind of first come, first serve, or is it predetermined seats? I was hearing rumors that
it's first come, first serve. It's still first come, first serve.
I think it's like at the end of this month or next month is when they officially change.
And also, we talk about Jarod and the come up he's on. Will asking that question shows the come up that Will's been on as of late, right? Doesn't even know what Southwest does anymore. That boy just kind of,
come on, man.
That boy just kind of operated out there, huh?
We had the Southwest with New York, but once I heard that it's actually an official switch, it's kind of caught me by surprise.
You're putting your name in the transfer portal, and there's a chance they can get you back. But as of right now, you just want to see what else is out there.
As of right now,
yeah, go on a couple of visits and see what happens.
Might commit, maybe even sign the dotted line, and then I can pivot and go somewhere else. The way these kids operate, these fucking
on the flight home, I have like an upset, like a pit in my stomach to where it's like, yo, it could have ended in so many ways other than like the way it ended for me, and in such a bad scenario that's like, I need to learn how to enjoy gambling again, not just going in like blitzkrieg mode and just trying to go off 24/7. Like, let's have a little fun. What we did do this time, people will see in the vlog, is we did a bunch of giveaways, which was awesome. So we found people on the street. We went to Fremont Street and we put out a little tweet. First people to come up to us has a chance to win $1,000. Drunk dude, 11 a.m. stumbles up on us. And I'm like, hey, you want to try to win it? He's like, yeah. His whole family's like 20 of them. They go to the wild card weekend every year in Vegas. And they're like from like New Hampshire or some shit like that. We go in there. Buddy ends up losing and we give him 500 anyway. But we had a few of those that were just absolutely awesome. We got to get way more done with that. But for me, it's like, maybe I need to take a step back on like heavy gambling when I'm there by myself. Like, wait for the big guy, wait for the tunnel of chaos. Let's get into that. Yeah. Let's go back to what made this so fun.
So when you say maybe I need to, how strong is that maybe? Like, where's your head actually at?
Like, we're sitting here Monday recording this intro, not even probably 24 hours removed from being in Vegas at this point, and it's real to me. To where it's like, but it's really about how do I keep this same mindset when I'm there? Because the opportunity, you know me, I'm an optimistic cat. So when I go into situations, I think this is going to be the best case scenario for me. This is how it's going to work out for me. And luckily it has been in a lot of ways. But this time I was Icarus, dude. I was way too close to that sun and luckily found a way to kind of land. And I just don't want to.
It got so bad at one point that on Saturday night, we're at the Red Rock where we always stay, and we up and leave and we pack all of our stuff in the opportunity that our whole crew is going to be at another location until 6 a.m. before our flight. It was a premeditated pack. Luckily, you can watch the vlog, see what happens, but we had taken all of our gear on Saturday night and left with the idea that we are not coming back. We're going to be going to the airport, and our flight was at 8 a.m., and this is at midnight. So
yeah,
it was a lot of like DEFCON 1, let's lock in.
Dude, in that drive too, it's like Dana's crew, they're all in like matching black BMWs. We're behind them in like a Red Rock black SUV, and we're just caravanning our way to Caesar's Palace. And I'm looking at the window, truly going through my head like, it was all going so good for you. Like, what made you think like a little bit more would be better? And so that's where it's like, hey, can I take an opportunity to learn a lesson while still like not having the worst case scenario happen to me? Can I do that? Is that the next step? Is 2026 the year that I mature in my short little, cards gambling career?
Well, your New Year's resi was gamble more.
And here we are a week later. Yeah, a week later. That's so true. Maybe we don't change anything, Jack.
We'll be back in 2 weeks, so check out the next vlog from Vegas that comes from UFC, and we'll see if Taylor's changed any of his ways.
Yeah.
But Demon, we got Demon ziplining.
Demon zipline.
Are you guys able to talk about his $2,000 bet?
Yeah, I think so.
It was like Demon was on a roll.
That was really Taylor and I pressuring Jarod to gamble most of his money. We were watching the Baccarat board, and if you understand Baccarat, you basically are reading the trend off of it, and we feel very confident about the next bet being whatever.
The pattern was so clear.
Yeah.
It was like, if I wasn't, because in this moment I was down.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd love to, but it seems like everything I touch turns to shit right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to touch it. Jack's not going to touch it. But Jarod, I swear to God, it feels like if you put this down right now, it's going to work out for you.
He put it down and just immediately walks out of the room.
Yeah.
Just couldn't handle it. It happens. He gets the best possible hand you can get in Baccarat, which is a natural 9. And so what do me and Taylor do? We start whispering. We're like, oh, no, man. And he walks in just like, it's all good. I didn't expect it to win. And like, no, you hit. He's like almost about to kiss Taylor on the lips. But
yeah, he gave me a nice little behind hug, dude. Got a little aggressive with the behind hug.
It was funny. So you guys bullied him in the bet in the biggest hand of his life, and then also said, we ain't touching this.
Yeah.
But also swore to God.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like when you're as deep in the weeds as we were, it was like, if we bet it, it for sure won't hit.
Yeah.
If Jarod does, he's pure enough to where it happens. He's like Aladdin trying to get in the cave, bro. Like, he can only get in. Was it Jafar? Like, I can't get in. I'm not pure enough at this point.
A diamond in the rough.
Yes, a diamond in the rough. So he made out like a bandit this weekend.
Yeah.
He handled business.
Dude, I almost hit an 8-legger on Saturday.
And it was all because of Clay, right?
The Puka passing Packer playoff Willie parlay.
And it was
all
Clay.
I needed from it. Like, I got all the players, I got everything right. All I needed to finish was the Packers money line. But I did enjoy just kind of watching the Packers piss away their lead with Clay Matthews, and I was on Grok. I was having some fun.
Dude, the Grok thing was so funny.
Yeah, I've been seeing the trend, like, put so-and-so, put this photo in a bikini.
Yeah.
So, like, put Clay in a bikini. Dude, it was just so funny.
Dude, I almost brought it up with Greg when we were filming the intro when he was talking about Twitter and stuff like that. And it's so funny. My algorithm is just like transfer portal news, football. And then it's like, wait, what happened in Venezuela? It's like the craziest shit out of nowhere. And then the Grok thing is so funny. By the way, Grok did Clay.
Yeah.
He did that boy right.
Yeah, except he ain't got no bulge down there.
No, it's a front, man. It's
Has
all
anyone
good.
heard from Clay Matthews?
That's he's been shooting this entire life. That's steroids. Like, it's shriveled up. They're gone.
That's a Ken doll look right there.
Yeah.
Have any of you heard from Clay? I don't think
Not
he responded.
really.
He didn't respond to any of those texts in the group
Yeah,
message.
because he failed the boys. I think we have to burn his jersey now, which
I
sucks.
think we got to burn his shirt. I think we got to do it in the locker room.
we got to do it in the locker room.
Do
We
it
should,
safely
yeah.
and responsibly.
Yeah, definitely not inside.
Maybe inside though. Just a blow torch. Get some glasses.
Smoke us out real quick.
Yeah.
How was tell us about the games though?
Dude, it was a lot of fun. However, there's some question marks I have on Josh Pate.
I had these
Which I hate to say.
I
That's
know.
my
But
guy.
here's the deal too: is like Josh has been there's been green flags all the way. Like we're far enough along to where it's like, damn, I can't believe we found like a red flag
Yeah.
at this point.
And that red flag came at 2 a.m. when we were shuttling to our hotel after the Fiesta Bowl. So we land, we go to the Miami Ole Miss game, which, by the way, that Miami Ole Miss game was incredible. If you guys listen to our football recap show that came out yesterday with Greg, we talk a little college ball on the back end. So check that out. But watching that game, getting to see it in person, and like every few seconds, I'm just nudging JP. I'm like, look at those boys on the Miami's offensive line. JP gets me. We're trying to put in a food order, try to have some food lined up for when we fly to Atlanta. But so going in and planning out this trip, it was we had to hit the game in Arizona and then fly out right after because Josh Pate was going to be doing ESPN. He was on First Take. He was on Get Up. He was going to do it, or he had to do it from the site of the Peach Bowl from Atlanta. So the plan was always to, okay, we're going to fly out after the Arizona game.
Yeah.
Just take a late flight, land at like 2, 3 in the morning in Atlanta. We're just going to have to eat that because the boy Josh, he needs to do his big hits on ESPN. He's been becoming a star right in front of our eyes. As he should. The dude is a beast. He's a stud. He is the commissioner of college football. And so it was like, oh man, that kind of sucks that we can't just stay in Arizona, sleep in, get some good breakfast, like catch the vibes. Like the weather out there in Arizona, you're walking around it like as you're going to Vegas, but we're walking around it like before we go into the game, and we're just like, man, it just feels so right being out here. It's cleaner, it's greener. You have it just felt so good and felt so right. And
greener as in like healthier.
Yeah. You felt healthy walking around. You're just like, man,
it's a healthy state.
You're like, man, it's just nice being out here.
It's the best.
But we can't after the game just go hit a hotel because the game the next day, the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, is not until 7 at night Eastern time.
Could have got zips too.
We did have actually the trip planned. Originally, we booked the flight. We were staying in Arizona. It had to get changed because Josh needed to go to Atlanta.
Again, he had to be there on site at the Peach Bowl.
Allegedly.
At the stadium, he had to be there. They wanted him on site with the backdrop and everything else.
When I saw what you're about to say, I wasn't even with you guys, and I was heated.
No, buddy.
Go ahead.
We land, and we get in the shuttle to rip over to the hotel in Atlanta. And again, this is what we signed up for. Hey, we're road dogging it right now.
Yeah.
We're road dog. We're ready to go. We're flying nice. But we're eating it as far as like sleep because we had ESPN the day before. It's like when we fly out on that flight, it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. We land. We only get 4 hours of sleep before we do get up in the morning. But I've just been up. We've been up all day long.
Right.
And so it's 2:30 in the morning. Like the next day, now we're flying to another, crossing a couple time zones. We land and we're in the shuttle. And all of a sudden, I don't know what happens. I'm kind of just like sitting there. JP and I might be slap happy over a couple things. We're kind of sitting there. I hear Clump ask a question. Then I hear Josh essentially say like, oh no, like they switched it. Like I'm just going to be zooming in from my hotel. I say, hold on.
And also when Will says, hold on, he's still looking out the window. He's just like this. He's like, Hold on.
Yeah. Hold on. Repeat that for me again. You don't have to be at the stadium for ESPN. He's like, no, I'm just going to be zooming in from my hotel room. And I was like, when did you learn this information? And because we're all like kind of like laughing now, knowing this bomb that he's just dropping on us. And he's like, he knew the information like in the airplane flying to Arizona. And I'm thinking, buddy, we could have switched the operation to where we could have slept in Arizona.
Yeah.
Like all these fantasies that we had about sleeping in, again, we're not in a rush. We don't have to be at the Peach Bowl 14 hours ahead of time anymore. Why are you keeping this information in on us? And we're all laughing, and I can't even remember at that point. It's so late in the night, and we're just trying to get to the hotel and everything else. But I'm thinking, buddy, why in the hell would you not share that with the squad? We could have slept in. We could have had good,
And who
could have had zips? That's all. That's could have had zips, dude.
And who's the first face we see the next morning when we go down to the lobby? On
Josh
that big
Pate on First Take, arguing with Stephen A, Cam Newton, RC.
He and RC had some chemistry though.
Him and RC had some good chemistry. They had some good chemistry talking about the SEC, and how it's fallen and everything that's inside of the SEC talk. But I'm looking at him, seeing him zoomed in from that fucking hotel room across the street, just thinking like, man, we could have. I don't know. I don't know.
The clip of Will watching the TV when he comes to the camera is over 5 minutes long.
Hate watching him on ESPN.
Bro, that breaks my heart for you. Because I was the whole week, I'm talking to Clump like, that's just crazy. They don't just stay there. And why does he have to be on the field? I don't understand that at all.
Again, if that's what they wanted, and ESPN wanted him to be from the stadium,
100%.
We're eating that for the 100%. That was never a question.
If we're all homies and we're gonna help your career, and like this is an opportunity to help your career, and this is what they want for your career to go up, we will always lean on let's help our boy out for his career.
Help our boy, man. Right. Let's get in the foxhole with him.
But there's gotta be communication. And if you don't have it, what do you have? If you don't have communication and relationship, you've got nothing.
Because how did
you're essentially Titanic going in an iceberg.
What'd you ask him, Clump, when that bomb dropped?
weird. It was like a quiet ride, so I just look at him like, "Hey, what time you got to be at the stadium tomorrow?" And he kind of started stumbling over his words. A little. I don't even think he wanted to fully say it, and then he's like, "I actually don't have to be there tomorrow." And then it's just
and to JP's point, I'm looking at the other side, but I'm just sitting there, and I was like, "Oh, hold on."
He says, "JP, get the camera."
What breaks my heart is you guys. I've said 3 times. You could have had zips, and that just to me is like, bro. Could you imagine watching the Fiesta Bowl? Ole Miss, Miami, down to the wire. Trinidad Chambliss, last second could have been a penalty, could not have been a penalty, and it's like, what a crazy game. Let's go have the greatest bar meal of our entire lives and talk about it. Only to go to a hotel, relax in a bed, know you're going to get a full 8 hours, wake up well rested for the next game.
Hey, and that was another issue, is we had to leave the game early because the game, again, 4 lead changes in the fourth quarter. But Klump's like, hey, if we're going to get out of here, there's 20 to 30 planes trying to get out after the game. We could be sitting on the runway for a long time to where we could be landing at, let's just say 4 or 5 in the morning in Atlanta. So we're all communicating and decided, okay, we're going to have to step out of this amazing game that's taking place just to sit on the runway, and we're taking off. And the last few plays, there's like maybe 20 seconds left.
For the sake of this story, the last play, what does the phone do, Will? Freezes on the last play.
And we're sitting there as we're taking off like, man, we're not witnessing this. We're going to have to be surprised whenever we get connected to Wi-Fi and figure out who wins and who loses. But we would have gotten to stay if we're not taking off from Arizona.
And had zips.
And to your point about
we probably
zips.
wouldn't have had zips that night.
What do you mean?
We could have.
Could have.
But hold on.
The reason why we might not have been able to is because we didn't break bread with Josh one time over this weekend.
He's right.
Not once, man. We just wanted a meal with him. And the best we could get was some sushi on the plane. Loud, no internet.
No breakfast the next day.
No breakfast
no lunch.
the next day.
Listen,
no pregame meal. And Josh, when he was like, hey, the fall don't tour. The fall don't lie tour. Let's roll together. And I'm telling him, like, hey, if I'm just meeting you in Atlanta, because I don't know if I'll be able to work. There's no point in me getting a plane and going to Arizona. Like, I won't be able to work. Me flying to Atlanta by myself to meet you. If you're going commercial to fly to Arizona, I'm not just going to meet you in Atlanta to see one game. Like, I'll just watch it at the house. I'm thinking we're road dogging this together. We fly together. We eat together. We sleep together. We bathe together. Wash each other's back. Yeah. We get in the foxhole. Yeah. And he's like, that was a test. You passed. So this trip comes alive to like travel and do all this stuff. Bro, he ain't eat with us. Not one time.
Not one time?
He ain't sit with us. Not one time.
I hate that I'm asking this question.
Oh, no.
Is Josh Pate a selfish friend?
No.
I'm just asking.
No,
he's not.
No, he's not. He's a great
what
friend.
I just heard is heard is way different than what a unselfish friend would do. So I'm just asking the question. Like, didn't break bread? Couldn't grab a coffee in the morning? Couldn't sit there and just chop it up with the boys?
Oh, not my boy, Josh. In his defense, I give him a defense on the sitting with this part. He had his wife, Savannah. Savannah rocks.
Okay.
Tyler, he had Tyler with him. Tyler rips. They just had press box seats. But as we're walking into the Fiesta Bowl, he's like, I got to go down here to this gate. We had his credential to see him on the field pregame. And again, it was getting tight. It was getting tight, the window that we had pregame. So we weren't even going to be on the field that long. But he's like, I'm going to go get them set up and then I'm going to meet you guys. But then we didn't hear a word from him until it was like, hey, we're deciding to fly out early. And then we just saw him on the plane. So if I'm in his shoes, maybe he wanted to sit with his wife and Tyler and everything else. That's totally fine. But it comes back to what, man? And the word
communication.
Communication.
And
but here's the deal. You bring up the wife, and it's like, I get it. Like, you got buddies who's got to like handle. Savannah can hang. She can chill. She's she's one of the girls that can hang out with the boys.
Oh, for sure. You're talking like when they're up in the press box?
Yeah, I'm talking about the press box. Like, and it's like, in my mind, it's like, that's on Pate just not asking the question. Hey, so what do you guys want to do? And then kind of putting it on them like, hey, we came with these guys just so we all know, like, let's just communicate. And it just falls on Pate. I love him. Listen, I love him.
That's our boy.
I know. That's why I'm asking this question.
Is Josh for the boys?
is Josh for the boys?
I hate that that's even a question. But he unquestionably is for the boys.
To Josh's,
he's unquestionably for the boys. But hold on, hey, I get it, and I wish I could sit there and be like, there's no doubt about that. There's no doubt that Josh Pate is for the boys. But the story you just told me tells me there can be, even if it is just a sliver of doubt, if he is for the boys. And
this is a guy that I know is undoubtedly for the boys, and we can just learn from what happened.
Because also in his defense, when it came to the food, we did only eat one meal that whole trip. So really, he just didn't come to breakfast. We didn't eat lunch.
Yeah.
We had dinner at the stadium.
We ordered it to the hotel.
Yeah.
Go out.
Yeah, like we weren't like, hey, you trying to grab a bite to eat? Nothing like that.
You guys
and when we got breakfast,
like you guys are kind of giving out new pieces of information.
we don't want to give out the information.
You guys had one meal?
We went and got breakfast while he was doing ESPN.
Right.
48-hour trip.
We had a hate breakfast.
Yeah.
You guys had one meal and you want to come on the bus and be like, he didn't break bread with us. He didn't sit with us. And you got me in a corner being like, is he for the boys? You're like,
I can't believe you questioned him.
To be fair, we had breakfast.
We didn't question him.
Yeah.
Josh probably hates it.
If you're getting just the information I'm getting, I'm thinking to myself, God damn, Pate.
Yeah.
There's probably like 3 or 4 times you could have sat down and broke bread with the boys. I'm thinking of a coffee break. I'm thinking of a brunch. I'm thinking of a late meal before we hit the
Could have worked
stadium.
out with us. He didn't work out with us.
Y'all worked out?
We worked out, but we also didn't offer him.
Yeah, but at that point we were protesting.
Are we?
Yeah, at that point we was protesting.
Do we need a question if, and I'll put myself in it because I'm a part of the boy. Are we for the boys?
Oh, we're for the boys. Did we not get our candy asses on that flight to fly in at 2:30 in the morning in Atlanta? We're for the boys. We just wish we would have understood that information. Like, did Josh have to wake up early and grind it out on ESPN while we slept in? Yeah.
Should have had to.
One part of that story that we need to set the record straight is we wouldn't have been able to get to Atlanta if we left the whole game. We had to leave because of the way the hours worked. We would have had to land in Dallas. So that's why we had to leave the game early. So it was only because we had to go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
But you could have sat and had zips.
Could add zips.
And zips, what does zips do?
Rips.
Rips. It sets the tone. It causes all of you to break bread together. And you guys now get to be the friend that I was to you guys, driving to zips being like, I'm just telling you, man, you're about to have a great meal.
Yeah.
You're going to love it. It's the perfect post-playoff game meal to have.
It would have changed the trajectory of the whole trip.
Yeah. And when I was saying we wouldn't have had zips that night, I was thinking more of like a lunch the next day. Not like don't have zips at all because we're stepping foot in Arizona.
Yeah, fair. That's
We're
fair.
talking 2 times, not just once.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Yeah, but maybe now that all the information is out, maybe he's a little cleaner.
Yeah, next time let's do our best to start with the information.
Yeah, but that doesn't make for a good story.
Fair.
Yeah. Maybe don't jump to conclusions so fast.
Yeah.
Oh, hit me with the office now.
we had plenty more info to give you.
Tune in on the locker room this Wednesday.
Man,
That's Josh Pate.
I almost wish you guys didn't tell me the last part about only one time breaking bread, so I would go in the locker room with a completely different mindset.
I know, but once you start saying the questioning, and I'm like, maybe we got to give a little bit more information.
But listen, if that is all the information you gave me, and it wasn't just the one, it wasn't the first part of the story you gave me, it is pretty easy to sit there and be like, there's doubt that can creep in. Is he for the boys? Is he a selfish friend?
When he hit the don't have to be there, I'm zooming in from my hotel room at 2:30. I was like, oh,
It
God,
derailed
Josh.
everything.
I'm looking at notes here. There was a Ray Lewis debacle. What happened?
Oh, don't bring up the Ray Lewis debacle.
Oh, no.
Because not only was it Ray Lewis, it was
that's
also
Will's.
Yeah, but
it's one of
guess
my
who was
goats, man.
right to the right of him, Michael Phelps. And somebody on this bus didn't know
Michigan
who
man.
Michael Phelps was.
That's not true.
Don't look at me. I know who Michael Phelps is.
Wilson,
I questioned his overall athletic ability.
Yeah. Hold on. I know who Michael Phelps is, but
Whoa, what? It was you?
yes, it was me. Michael Phelps. Do you want to set the stage first of what happened?
I missed the
All right.
part.
We wanted to meet Ray Lewis. He's on the field. We didn't get to him, so we go up to the suite. We're bummed that we have to leave early. We're not going to get to meet Ray Lewis. We walk out of the suite door to leave. Ray Lewis is walking down the hallway right towards us.
But we didn't know that at the time that this happened.
At the time, yeah.
We're kind of standing out there waiting. I think JP might be like,
I was getting some of my camera.
doing some with his camera. We're waiting on JP because we're getting ready to go to the elevator.
So I walk out in the hall. I see Ray Lewis, and Now I know Michael Phelps standing next to Ray Lewis. I didn't know it was Michael Phelps. I saw a guy, he looked like he was Ray Lewis's agent, is what I thought. There was no security around Ray Lewis either, so I'm figuring, oh, this guy's like walking with him. Ray
Lewis doesn't need security.
So he's walking, but I see Ray. I'm like, hey, Ray. Will
and hang
Compton.
on, and by the time Clump spots Ray Lewis, I had already walked away from Clump because I was like, I'm gonna go take a piss before we hit this long walk to the.
Will had to pee.
I had to pee, so I go back in. I'm like, I'm gonna pee real quick.
Will goes back in the suite to pee. I'd get Ray Lewis, try to get him to meet Will. JP sees it all kind of going down from the hallway, and he just keeps going. Will walks out of the bathroom. He's gone. Ray Lewis just disappeared. There you go. But
you're missing some great pieces of that story, Clump. He just amazing. Like we tried getting him to stop, he just kept walking.
Right. So Ray Lewis is coming down the hallway. Clump is like, JP, go get Will. I run into the suite and I bang on the bathroom door. I said, Ray.
He goes, yeah, Ray. And I'm standing there and I'm like, I'm peeing. And then I'm like, is he fucking with me?
And I don't hear anything from him. I'm like, Ray Lewis is coming down the hallway.
Yeah.
Then Will starts panicking inside the bathroom. Well, you can say that part.
So I'm in the middle of pissing, and then I'm like, okay, I need to push and get this out. But as I push and get this out, I start feeling like I got to go with two. So it's now starting to get to the surface. Doesn't break surface, doesn't come out at all. Like I'm not in a sharding spot, but I'm feeling this. I'm kind of just caught right now. I'm like, and you know how slow I can pee at times. I'm like, I need to wrap this up. I can't stop peeing.
You got to pinch it off.
Yeah. And then I get done and I'm still panicking. I'm like, I can't just run out there with dry hands. He's going to know I came out of the bathroom without washing my hands. I'm trying to wash real quick. I grab the paper towel and then I run out there and he's gone. They're like, dude, you just missed. And Clump had him stop for a second because we got Will. I don't know what you said, but he's like,
Will
he
Compton
tried
back there.
Yeah.
He looks in there. It's just me sitting there outside of the bathroom trying to get Will out. I look, make eye contact with Ray Lewis. I'm like, I'll just be 1 second.
I'm trying to go pee. He's like, Ray Lewis,
Wait, that's crazy.
Then I get out there and he's gone. And then because he's like, Clump might have said something about getting on Bussin With The Boys. And then apparently Phelps was like, oh, you guys don't want me on Bussin With The Boys?
That's when I realized it was Michael Phelps, by the way. He turns and he's like, what, you guys don't want Michael Phelps on Bussin With The Boys? I'm like, Michigan, man, we want you too. But yeah, in that moment.
Hold on. Michael Phelps said, hey, you guys don't want Michael Phelps on the bus?
Yeah, that's what he said.
He hit the third person on you?
Yes. And then it clicked. Right when he said it, I saw his face and it was like that moment of, oh, fuck, that's Michael Phelps. But I was so locked on Ray Lewis.
You said Michigan, man, not 23-time gold champion.
No, I'm glad you led with that.
But so I come out and they're like, bro, you just missed Ray Lewis.
Just missed him.
How's that?
I did shake his hand.
Did you take shit afterwards? Like, he got in the wrong.
No. I actually held it until I landed in Atlanta. Because again, it wasn't one that was like coming and breaking or nothing like that. I kind of had to. And then I didn't want to go too like on the plane because I don't know what it's going to be like.
You should have.
He was rattled, man.
Yeah, I was rattled.
He was rattled. We're all walking to the vans. He's talking about the Ray Lewis thing. Then he starts kind of like trying to defend himself. Like, to be honest, like I've already met Ray Lewis. Like it's not really. and then we all go to get into the van, and Will, for whatever reason, goes right around this other Suburban, tries to get in another van. And
I opened the door too. Like I'm talking to the camera, like doing the vlog or whatever, talking about the situation. I just go off script. I'm like breaking into another car, almost get in.
Like, Will, where you going? He's like, this the car? Like, nah, this one. We're all inside of it.
I got the back door already open. I was like, oh shit.
Dude.
It was Ray's car. That would have been.
Holy shit, man. I'm sorry.
I know.
Ray Lewis, Michael Phelps, open invite. Both of them, Bussin With The Boys.
Yeah,
We'll
Ray Lewis and Michael Phelps have an open invite to Bussin With The Boys. Guys, get whatever you want. So in your guys' experience with Ray, sounds like you got him to stop and wait for Will Compton. Did he know who Will Compton was?
I think he did. I think he realized that Will was in the bathroom and was kind of like, I ain't waiting for this guy in the bathroom. And then
that's fair.
He
That's
made a better
fair.
decision than we did with Ben Stiller.
Yes, okay. But the fact that you got Ray Lewis to stop and look through a door for Will made it.
Part of me was nervous too because we have met before, and he's like spoken to me like when he's had one of his speeches. He said, oh, I forget what he said. But he's like, it's something like they didn't know what to think 5'1", and I'm like, oh shit, he's talking to me.
Hit the.
Yeah. A little sass meme.
Dude.
Bro, that is...
Wait, what would be worse, the Rock experience or the Ray Lewis experience?
I would say it sounds like The Rock.
I would say The Rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like watching that back and just knowing how my boy probably felt in that moment.
The Rock situation was like this. I can look back at this and be like, this is not Will's fault. His body failed him yet again. Like that's what this is. Yeah. For me, like that's purely 100% on me.
Yeah.
Not taking the op and like getting too uncomfortable too quick.
Yeah.
Hindsight, I should have had a deck of cards with me and just turn one over, stall Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
He started hitting them. Damn, boys.
It was fun though, and getting to be on the field before the Oregon-Indiana game was a lot of fun. Met Coach Stein.
Yeah, Coach Stein. Before that, Klump did get Sketch into the room.
Yeah.
During
Klump
the
got
game.
sketches over. You should have saw Klump come up out of his chair and sprint. He said, "Oh, was that Sketch?"
He asked me. He said, "Was that Sketch? Is that Sketch outside?" I said, "Yeah." Looked at the game. Looked back. Klump was gone. 10-yard shuttle would have been record-setting. He's back in. Will Compton, Sketch. We got Will Compton in here. Will Dav Sketch up. Will's like, "Are we live right now?"
Yeah, he's
Sketch
doing
was
one of those
live.
in real life streams, IRL streams.
Yeah.
Like, oh, are we live right now? Shout out Bussin' With The Boys. Like,
Oh yeah, he was live.
He was live.
That is funny, man. So you guys hit the pose.
Klump has the speed though. That's the main moral of that story.
Klump still got it. Is what you're
Definitely
saying.
still got it.
And hit the workout.
Yeah, hit the workout.
What'd you all do for the workout? Anything?
Did some zone 2 for a good 30 minutes, and then we all each kind of did our own whatever lift we wanted to do.
Nice.
I was doing legs. JP said he already hit legs, so he's still feeling. He's like, I'm going to get some upper body in and get some arms to show him off for when we hit that field before the Indiana-Oregon game. Klump did a few different things. I saw him over there. He was hitting the dumbbell bench press. He gets up. He's fired up. He's got fog all over his glasses. But he was getting it in.
Good.
But he was getting it in.
And then Coach Stein did roll up on you.
Coach
He said, "I got a
Stein-
bone to pick with you, Will Compton."
Yeah.
Who's this?
Smiling as he introduces himself, because we have a common friend, like our neighbors that I've spoken about before that are good friends of ours. They also are good friends with Coach Stein. So anytime we've went out to Oregon, they're always like, "You got to meet the OC. You got to meet the OC," because we didn't get to last time for whatever reason. We were there for a couple of days. I never got to run into Coach Stein, so we were kind of connecting over that and then talking about the Minchie example.
Was
that took
Minchie
place
there?
between- No, he wasn't.
Okay.
He wasn't.
All right. Well, so hey, can you put down anything about the Minchie stuff?
There's miscommunication.
There was apparently a miscommunication
Let's move
through
on.
the agent.
Let's move on.
The agent being Eugene Lee.
Let's move on.
Okay.
We have to cut stuff.
Okay. Don't want to cut anything. Don't want to get anything cut.
But Eugene Lee was the miscommunication.
Eugene Lee's a common denominator in
We
a few
also
of
met
these stories
Jonathan
I've heard.
Stewart. We met Jonathan Stewart. We got to see
Yeah.
Tez Johnson again.
Yeah.
Jonathan Stewart was awesome.
Jay Stu.
Big question: was Eugene Lee there? Yeah.
Just be careful. Just because the athletes out there.
I get it.
Oh,
I'll
they
say
don't
this:
wanna
I
cut
feel
out.
like Nebraska's in the best spot it's been in at least the last 3 years.
Calandria? Anthony Calandria?
Yeah, that
Got-
kid.
Come on, man.
Come on.
He's got the fucking juice, man. He's got the juice.
Got to FaceTime with him. Shout out JP for having that little surprise setup, but got to sit there and talk with with Anthony Calandria, and the dude was fired up. He's stoked. He's like, "We got this is gonna be all season long this year." I'm like, "You're goddamn right it is."
You're goddamn right it
He
is.
did sign.
He did sign. That's the first thing I asked him.
Yeah.
Have you signed? He's like, "Listen, I ain't. Don't need anything cut from
Yeah,
the pod.
yeah,
Don't need anything
listen.
cut from the pod. We got our guy.
You got your guy.
We got our
You got
guy.
multiple guys. You have multiple quarterbacks now.
Yeah. Danny. Yeah, Danny Dimes. Rule was out there hitting the emojis. He was like Willie Compton back in 2023 or whatever.
Yeah.
Rule was kind of put something together, letting people know it's Danny Dimes if you can read through the lines.
Mm.
I kind
Well,
of just
okay,
I didn't
what?
even mean to
Fucking-
do that.
This is going to be a good year for
A couple
Rule, man.
quarterbacks. We hit the portal very well. Got some hogs up front. I think we're still trying to get maybe. Listen,
Hey.
don't wanna.
I think the last shout out from the weekend needs to go to Scott Van Pelt though.
Yes, bro. We got to meet Scott Van Pelt. He just walks up, kind of like the Tom Brady stories you hear about him introducing guys. He's like, he put his hand on my shoulder. Will, how you doing? I'm Scott Van Pelt. Super nice to meet you. Big fan of what you guys do.
He introduced himself to
He
you.
introduced because I
6'8", by the way.
Yeah, dude,
Oh, yeah, he's
he
tall
is
as
so
hell.
tall.
I have met him. Yeah.
But he was all time exchange. It's like, dude, we'd love to have you on the bus. He's like, look, we're in the world now to where we cross paths, and I'm just like, I'm sure those stars will align. I would love to come on Bussin' With The Boys. But all time exchange with Scott Van Pelt. Nothing but good things to say
Just a
about
purist.
SVP.
An absolute purist.
He's like, you're crushing it. The one thing you're just gonna have to deal with, like Nebraska's not very good. he's like, look, you're gonna take hits. I love the way you take hits. He's like, and it's probably gonna continue to happen because Nebraska has been very good. Their basketball team is phenomenal. You guys are undefeated, still undefeated.
Top 10 today.
He wasn't meaning it as like a punch, kind of maybe. He was just doing it as more of like, don't worry about the haters. You're gonna keep having them because until Nebraska gets back to where they need to be.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but he seems like he comes off as a Rich Eisen type. Very well spoken, knows when to throw a little jab in, but it's always light.
And you could tell you could just hang with him. You just hang with him.
That's
you just
nice.
kind of watch him operate because I was kind of just admiring him from afar, thinking like, yo, that's Scott Van Pelt.
What a time, man.
Yeah.
Pete Thamel, he was cool too.
Pete Thamel was awesome.
We had a video too that we were about to get out that, it would have been a good one. But we had, as Oregon's walking through the tunnel to go out to the game, they're walking through and we kind of had to battle the security on trying to like, hey, nobody can be here. We're like, all right, we just kind of kept pacing around until the team was walking through the tunnel and we got him. And I was like, let's go, Lanning. And he kind of like looks, he has this possessed look in his eyes. He like looks over and then realizes he saw me and then like looks at me and was like, and then we were trying to get the video up and first play of the game was a pick six. He's like, hey, the video, like, yeah, let's probably let's
hold that back a little bit.
Let's keep that one
like,
time.
Will, this caption good? And then pick six, and we're like,
Do you know why pick six happened?
We were talking about those. We were,
Yeah, we talked about those rumors on the breakdown, the college football.
the rumors of
breakdown.
Indiana. We were talking it's one
Clump,
of the.
you know a little something we don't?
Thanks.
allegedly, but
It's all
They're
alleged.
cheating.
There's
Everything
they're
we
all
talk about-
cheating.
There's nothing that is proven out there, but the conversations have been picking up a little bit on the internet.
The internet is crazy.
What I say, Will, you got to go back to it.
JP before the game was talking like, maybe I'm a little old school. Maybe this is a hot take, but he's like, we got to take away the headsets, the iPads we get on the sideline. Like we got to do away with the iPads and headsets, basically the technology of everything and get back to some old school football. I was like, well, that's where the Connor Stallion stuff was coming up with the signs and everything else. Obviously teams are always trying to figure out who signs or what, but I'm bringing that up to JP. I'm like, that's actually a big reason why the headsets came in. And now the rumors we're hearing, again, rumors, there's no like, this is all alleged. This is all alleged
It's
bullshit,
all alleged,
whatever.
yeah.
It's all whispers.
Like we
Little
don't want to take anything away from Indiana.
Exactly.
We don't want to take
And that's-
anything away from the University of
It's
Indiana.
like, and as I'm like looking into it, because I love all like diving into all that stuff. I hate we're in the spot to where you can bring more attention to it. It also could be just fodder, bullshit, and everything else. But again, I've heard those whispers before it started coming out more on the internet. And again, they're just whispers and rumors and allegedly. I have no fact, no
Right.
basis, no nothing to back it up other than being a spectator like everybody else is.
Because devil's advocate, it could really be just the haters.
Yeah,
Being like,
but-
there's no way they should be that good at this point.
But when those conversations, those whispers were happening after the game, I looked at JP. I was like, yo, there's your hot take right there.
yeah. Clump, what do you know?
No, I don't know anything. I just I did see they have a employee. I did not actually fully fact check this, but so allegedly one of their employees is a cybersecurity guy.
He majored in cybersecurity. I want to say, is he a GA or an assistant coach?
That's who they're alleging is the new
Slippery slope.
Slippery slope.
Slippery slope.
Again, allegedly, not fact check, internet rumor.
We're spectators just like you guys
It just so
are.
happens that the team we're talking about just beat the shit out of Clump's team. So
okay.
what are we doing? What are we doing?
I was holding JP, like we were all sitting there and we're kind of holding court at the end of the game where we got to sit around some Oregon fans. And I was holding court like, guys, we cannot allow, because it's going to come, but people comparing Dan Lanning to James Franklin. We cannot let the Danny Franklin speak
Yeah, we
start
can't
to
have that.
happen.
We
cannot have
we can't do that.
Like, you guys have to fight. Your fan base might do, but I'm just letting you guys know this is what's going to come.
We are going to
You guys
support
got to
Dan
battle
Lanning.
because you have a hell of a head coach. You have a hell of a head coach. And they did get their ass beat, but if you look, conversations a lot of preseason around this Oregon team, and when they were having success, before they took Penn State down and had the year that they had, Oregon was being seen and talked about as a team that's probably 1 year away. So
What's up with the Oregon mascot?
The duck? What happened to the duck?
Apparently he's just ignoring diehard lifelong fans.
oh no,
You know, mascots
Oh, shit.
we saw one situation going. Speaking of that a little bit, Jack, as far as the Oregon Duck and having a good quality exchange with the fans of Oregon football. Jeremy Klump, who is a diehard Oregon Duck fan, was telling me to hang on and back up and wanted JP to get the camera out because Klump saw the Duck walking and he was going to get dapped up in him by him in the tunnel pregame. As the Duck was walking, engaging with some fans, saw Klump, look Klump in the eye. Klump is stretched out like a little kid trying to get their favorite player's autograph. Reached out over the fence. Fence almost falls over and breaks.
Grown man, by the way.
Grown man. How old are you, Klump?
Grown-ass man.
Grown-ass man. Reaches over and Duck just looks at him and kind of walks by him. Doesn't give Klump a dap.
Is that true, Klump?
That's true. Yes, it was brutal.
The Duck knew about the Klump curse.
The Duck.
I wanted JP to do it for the vlog as like a joke that the Duck accepted me as a Ducks fan, and it backfired more than anything. It was brutal.
At least you got Lanning though.
He didn't even he like gave me like a motion too. Like he acknowledged that I wanted the high five, and
oh yeah,
he hit you with the not right now, kid.
100%.
He had no one around him. It wouldn't have stopped him. It would have took him 1 second to give me.
And we were the only
Jeremy
people
Klump
on
the
the
worst
fence.
thing to happen to Oregon?
I could be.
You got the landing point.
I'm not gonna say it.
Say it.
No,
Say it,
We're
please.
not cutting stuff. So
Yeah, we're not cutting stuff, but I'm with you.
you're with me.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you, dude.
We don't have to cut that.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that public. That's internal bussing
I am.
for now.
I'm in my own hell because Oregon lost, haha, real funny. Then the Eagles lose too, and now I'm like literally waking up in the morning like, fuck me, am I really a curse? I might be.
You're not a curse with the Eagles.
You know what kind of worries me?
I needed
The
that.
Eagles just suck.
Yeah, the Eagles just were who we've been saying that they are.
Yeah.
Panthers are better than Eagles.
Panthers are better than the Eagles.
But let's just say that the Klump curse is real and any team he kind of supports goes to shit. Before this year, Klump was all on Michigan. And look what's happened to that university in just the 1 year.
And he was on Tennessee for a sec. Look what happened there. He was with Tennessee until the Georgia game.
Every team he
Right.
touched.
He
thought about Vandy.
He hinted at Vandy, and they didn't make the playoffs.
And Florida.
Oh my God, Florida!
He hinted at Vandy too the week of the Texas game.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
And low key, Klump been texting me about like these transfer portal guys at Michigan. I'm telling you, like this is an exciting year for Michigan, and I'm buying into all of that. But as we sit here, I'm like, do I even talk to Klump about Michigan anymore?
Yeah.
This is my hell right now.
Well, hell, what do you mean?
Yeah, I truly think I might be a curse. I might be a curse.
You
I
need
did
to go
good on the sportsbook this weekend outside of the Eagles, though.
Hashtag
out to
Klump
FanDuel.
curse, man.
Shout out to FanDuel.
Shout out to
I was right on
FanDuel.
every
Shout
game
out.
but the Eagles.
Boys, we're going to interrupt this episode to ask you if you've ever tried Neutral Vodka Seltzer, because we're brought to you by Neutral Vodka Seltzer. It's so
Very
much better than any
tasty.
seltzer I've ever tried. It's made with real vodka and real juice, and that's what makes it delicious. Neutral comes in a variety of flavors. I've told you before, my favorites are pineapple and lime, and it's the perfect drink to bring when hanging with friends. It is such a crowd pleaser. Neutral, keep it tasty. Also, while you're sipping on a little Neutral, why not get yourself up in the morning and get after it with a little bit of Form Energy? Form Energy delivers a best-in-class taste with natural flavors and zero sugar. Form Energy has natural caffeine derived from green tea. Form, they come in a variety of flavors. They got Screamin' Freedom, Grape Smash, Blue Blitz, and Orange Fury. I know there's 2 new pieces that came out too. 2 new little flavors that we have tried and are very, very delicious. They're perfect for those putting the work. Form Energy, we do the work. Appreciate you guys watching. Please subscribe. In other news, this past Tuesday, Jarod Beeman did his first stand-up special at Zany's. Crushed it. I thought, he didn't do a full 20, but I thought he did a really good job. He was genuinely funny. A lot of good stuff. I think we're going to do, there's rumors swirling. Rumors about a Beeman and Friends type of setup.
Beeman and Friends.
On a quarterly basis, do the 100-seater room at Zany's.
And potentially a pull out of the hat for busted employees. Someone's got to go up, do 3 to 5 minutes. Some light, some quick.
Yeah, that is
Amazing. I hate maybe a residency.
Mitch is first. Yeah, residency in Vegas, possibly. We'll see.
maybe we'll see.
Oh, Mitch, you'd be
But
good,
yeah,
Mitch.
dude, he crushed.
3 minutes. 3 minutes isn't bad. That's one long story for you.
Y'all fuck with Ritz Crackers?
I can hardly talk on this show, let alone there's 8 people in here, let alone 100 people.
You see the way Demon's been flying though post show. Think about the relief you'd feel after getting off that stage.
Yeah, he's been moving different.
Yeah.
Oh, Demon's been moving different, bro.
We get on the PJ. He cracks a whiskey and Coke right away, or
Ginger ale.
whiskey and ginger ale.
That's a move. By the
A
way.
Jim Beeman ginger ale is what he cracked, and he's moving.
Beeman
different.
has. It's like you look at him too, and you're like, do you humble him? Do you not? Like, it's too early to tell.
In Vegas, the first night, we go and meet up with Dana, and within 5 minutes, somehow Jarod is explaining his whole comedy set to Dana White. and then it happens where Dana's like, yeah, I've done stand-up, at one place or time at the Laugh Factory in L.A., and it's just like all of a sudden, I was like, are we vlogging Dana and Jarod now this weekend?
Yeah, dude. They start going in, and we're kind of just quietly sitting there while Jarod is legit breaking down the full set to Dana.
It was awesome.
There was so much fun that night. Getting Taylor to come too, getting all the girls to come hang out. It was a blast, dude. I feel like we should definitely do that again.
Yeah, shout out Demon too.
Shout out Demon, man.
Shout out Demon.
Shout out Demon. What else, boys? Do we have anything else before we get to Lavonte David?
Clean takes.
Clean takes.
Maybe some shout outs, some pet peeves.
I got a pet peeve.
Yeah.
Is this a clean take?
This is probably a clean take, but it's kind of like
Kevin's Natural Foods clean takes?
Kevin's Natural Food clean take. Here's my take. If you're in line for Southwest, go up to somebody and ask, hey, what number are you? And file in.
Yeah.
Don't sit at the front and count people 1, 2, 3, 4, and then get right in front of somebody else just to go in. I was A16 on the flight home, and this chick with 4 bags on her, she's counting, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 people come. I know I'm 16, and she goes, excuse me, and goes right in front of me. I don't say nothing. I'm thinking to myself, this lady, this nice young lady.
Oh, you folded.
Folded like a lawn chair. I'm like, she's got to be B30. So much so that I'm trying to look over her shoulder when she's putting her phone down to get it scanned. That I'm like, what number is it? I can't see. You guys know my eyes. We get there, and I know that she's got this pride about her, the way she's walking. They stop her right as she's about to get on the plane. And they're like, ma'am, you actually have 3 bags. You have to actually put one of those in luggage. Can you stand over here to the side so we can get these people on the plane? And I just gave her the biggest smile walking by her because I know she tried to cheat the fucking system, dude.
What number was she?
I don't know. But
she could have been ahead of you.
My clean take, my Kevin's clean take is if you're in a Southwest flight, just stand in the line that you're supposed to be. You have a little bit of communication, which is a big part of this podcast, and just say, hey, what number are you? Oh, you're 11. I'm 15. Let me go a couple back. What are you? I'm 16. Perfect. I'm right in front of you. I'm A15 right here. I'm B15.
Always have the boarding pass up, and because I had a same situation, same flight, I was A31, so very front, and I run up there. Old man, you can tell he means business. I immediately just flash him. A31 gives me the thumbs up. We move on.
Boom, money. That's nice. Yeah, clean take.
Good clean take.
Clean take.
Clean
Thank you.
take.
Thank you.
Anybody got some more clean takes out there?
Clean take. I guess this would be a clean take. When the hotel gym is stacked like it was in Atlanta, but also having the basketball court outside in the hotel. It's a nice amenity at a hotel.
Good gym setup.
Yeah, great gym setup.
That's a clean take.
What type of hotel chain were we rocking?
Hilton.
Yeah.
Shout
Nice
out Paris
hotel.
Hilton.
It's good hotel. Good hotel. Quality hotel.
Clean
Except for my clean take is going to be make sure you pack your dude wipes when you go to these hotels. Because one of my first texts to the boys was that 2 I was talking about that was coming in the middle of Ray Lewis and me peeing. I finally got to have my 2 when I got to the hotel. And this toilet paper is just so cheap, bro. Another clean take for the hotels. Invest in a little bit more quality toilet paper.
It's nice.
Because it was rough. And the amount I was scrubbing the hole, and you could feel the rash starting to come on to where I kind of had the hole. I kind of had to change my technique up to kind of just press it against and just scrub a little bit versus just, wiping hard. It was like, hey, I text the boys immediately in the group chat with my pants down.
3 a.m.
3 a.m. Shout out the above the knee shorts guys when you sit down. But I'm just telling them, hey guys, take care of your hole. Take care of your hole.
Fair enough. Clean take.
Clean take.
Clean take. Clean take.
Invest in bringing some wipes as the customer, but also clean take for the hotel chains. Invest in a little bit better quality toilet paper.
I like that.
Clean take, dirty butt.
I have a clean fun take that I saw on the internet. I don't know if anyone else saw this, that Caitlin Clark is the reason that Miami is in the national championship. Have y'all heard about this?
Have not.
Caitlin Clark blows out LSU in March Madness that had Haley Van Lith in that game. Haley Van Lith, who's that? It's the person that covered Caitlin Clark that was the point guard for LSU. That then brought her stock down at LSU, and they kind of asked her to transfer out. She transfers where? TCU. Who's the starting point guard there? The Cavender twin that Carson Beck was dating. She all of a sudden goes, Haley Van Lith is going to start over me. I'm going to call up Sis, and let's go bring it back to Miami. Go transfer to Miami. Carson Beck follows his girlfriend to Miami and transfers there.
Oh, so the ass whooping that Caitlin Clark gave the LSU point guard just set off a domino effect that led Carson Beck and his girlfriend to Miami.
Yes.
And now he's got him in the national championship.
He cheated on her. He cheated. He did cheat. Former ex-girlfriend, sorry.
Oh, okay. Hey, either way, got him to Miami.
Fun take.
Yeah.
Fun take.
Clean take.
Clean take.
Clean put together take.
That's nice. That was good. Do we feel good?
I think we feel good.
We also need to do Row Spicy Tier Talk.
Yes!
Yes!
And Gooner of the Month.
And Gooner of the Month.
Optimism!
For Row Spicy Tier Talk, what is it?
It's best couple traditions.
I need you to take this one for what you told Will and I, what you and Sitten do. And Lindsay and I started doing it. It is awesome. So this is a great couple tradition.
Hey, tier 1, couple tradition, sex.
Nice. Without a doubt.
Clean take.
Clean take.
Row Spicy Tier Talk.
Row Spicy Tier Talk.
Spicy
What you got,
take.
JP?
Mine was last year. Sid and I started the tradition of every Sunday we take a jar, designated gratitude jar, and we get little sheets of paper and you write down 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for that happened that week. It could be something as small as I love this sushi roll that I had, or it could be trips with the boys. And you write it down, and then at the end of the year or on January 1 of the following year, you go back through, dump the pieces of paper out, and then you just take turns picking up, reading it. I could read mine sometimes. Maybe I'll read Sitten sometimes, but you keep switching off, and you just kind of recap the year through these little sheets of gratitude. And it truly does make the week feel more full when you do it, even when you just take because it takes 3 minutes to do, if that. And it's amazing how much it helps and kind of shifts your mindset and perspective on everything that's going on.
That's nice.
Sex and gratitude.
Sex and gratitude.
Yeah. Jarod actually told me one that him and his girlfriend do this weekend that I was a big fan of, and it is the fake third roommate in their house.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah, the fake third roommate. It's like when you go into the kitchen and your significant other didn't do the dishes, you're like, hey, why don't you do the dishes? Now there's like friction. There's always like a level of a scoreboard taking place between you and your significant other. But by having this imaginary third roommate, I can't remember the roommate's name that Jarod and his girlfriend gave him, but
let's name him Derek.
Okay, like Jarod will walk into the room and the dishes won't be done, but bro, I can't believe Derek didn't do the dishes. Now it's lighthearted, it's a little more fun. Now you guys both talk shit about Derek and you guys just do the dishes together.
Yeah.
And that's like a nice little weave around of having some animosity, keeping a scoreboard. I think it's a nice little move. Something I might think about implementing in my house.
It's a good move.
Right? Let's get Gooner of the Month.
Gooner of the Month.
Gooner of the Month.
Our true classic, ta-da! Our true classic Gooner of the Month.
Oh my word! This is December, correct?
This is December.
This is December.
December. It's your true classic Gooner of the Month is Jarod Beeman. He's on a heater, folks.
He's on a heater.
What a run.
Oh my God. No one's having a better start to 2026 than Beeman.
Nobody, man.
No one.
We're going to have to bring him down.
Have to.
Start playing Foursquare again.
Man, good for him, dude. He really might. He might blow up this year.
He might, dude. Ascension.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Guys, everybody who's watching, thank you so much. Please, a reminder, just subscribe, leave a comment, all the things. It's very helpful. We love you.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Enjoy this interview with Lavonte David.
Big hugs, tiny kisses. Boys, this interview is brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light is always brewed with 4 simple ingredients for a clean, crisp taste. Bud Light is the official sponsor of the NFL Draft, Tight End University, the UFC, and Shane Gillis's 2025 tour. Bud Light partners include Peyton Manning, George Kittle, Taylor Lewan, Baker Mayfield, Will Compton, Emmitt Smith, Shane Gillis, Post Malone, and Dustin Poirier. Stock up on Bud Light. Head to www.budlight.com/locator to find a store near you. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please subscribe. Let's get into this interview.
How we doing?
Chilling, man. How y'all doing? Big timers?
Doing well. Not as big as you, bro.
Listen, man, I see y'all on TV every week. I'm like, dang, how much bigger these dudes gonna get, man?
Trust me, it's surprising to us as well.
Lavonte, Taylor Lewan here. I got to be honest. We haven't really talked. I don't think ever. I don't know if we've actually met.
You've never met Boogie?
Have we met before?
Yes, we met plenty of times, Taylor.
All right. Are we wrong?
Yeah, we are.
I guess you've never been on. I guess you've never been on.
No, I wasn't on with you guys.
Wait.
Do we meet at the Pro Bowl? What year at the Pro Bowl? No, because I see the jersey in the back. Like that's the dopest. That's the dopest jersey, and I never got it.
We met at the joint practice.
Okay, that doesn't count.
We met when Vita came on.
I was going to say, Lavonte was sitting on the couch with Vita Bay.
That's right. Okay. Okay. You're right. That's on me.
Have we ever said it? So, Boogie, whenever you see us on TV from the facility, have we ever said anything out of line as it pertains to the Buccaneers?
Nah, y'all was great. I don't think Buccaneers got brought up, but y'all been doing a great job, man.
It happened one time, and I picked the Patriots to go down there and beat you guys. And lo and behold.
Hey, watch it. But I don't remember that one.
Look, I got a sheet here. Number one, my first bone to pick with you, Boog, is I'm upset that you're not here in Nashville. And you know this is a cop-out for how this got set up through other people. Because I reached out, we were talking, we was messaging last week. And you know this is a cop-out to be sitting at home right now on Zoom and not here on the bus in Nashville. You ain't doing nothing.
Oh, let me check something.
I didn't know how soon you wanted me to be on there.
You know what, Will?
Well, if you would have called me back.
Hey, Will, Lavonte, I just looked it up. The Buccaneers did not make the playoffs, so their season's over.
Yeah, so Boogie's been chilling. Lavonte's been chilling.
So Lavonte's got nothing to do.
Yeah.
And based on how you talked about how he was at Nebraska, he ain't doing nothing either.
No, he chills. Lavonte is a homebody, which I love about him.
Gotta love that.
Anytime we were at school. By the way, do you have your driver's license now these days?
Yes, I have my driver's license.
So Lavonte didn't have a driver's license when he was all throughout college.
Which, hey, Lavonte, that's a heady play, by the way. That's a heady play.
So I was basically his car service everywhere. But we, after workouts and everything else, we'd always go back to my townhouse. And the only time we'd leave the house is when Boogie wanted to go get chili cheese dog at Sonic, which was right down the road. So that's the only times we would ever leave the house. And I would always ask him, I'm like, hey, do you want to drive? Like, I'll sit in the passenger seat. We can go to a parking lot. We can drive around the parking lot.
Yeah.
And it's just never, he's like, no, I'm good.
So, Mr. David, or can I also call him Boogie? Is that fair?
So for everybody listening, I might have broke it down on a time he's been on the
do you want our guest to break it down?
Sure, I would love to hear Boogie. He might not know the reason I gave the name Boogie, but he understands the lore behind it. You remember why me and Zoe started calling you Boogie?
Yeah, for sure. I know. I remember that. Is it the story when we were in San Diego?
Yeah, where y'all headed? So it came, Boogie, dude's a dog on the football field.
Yeah.
He's got some pit bull tendencies.
Sure.
The red rocket, everything else.
Okay.
And so I told Boogie, he would, I won't get in all that stuff, but I remember sitting in the meeting room and I was like, I always wanted a pit bull when I, had my own house, had all the other stuff. I have an English bulldog now, but I always wanted a pit bull, and I had a pit bull for a little bit back with my ex-girlfriend. And I told Boogie, I said, whenever I get my pit bull, I'm naming him Boogie, and I will then be naming you after I name my dog. So whenever I get a pit bull, whatever I name him, that's going to be your nickname. And I got him. It was Boogie. So Boogie's name was Boogie because, a few reasons out there. The fellas out there that are breaking that down, that are reading between the lines, but that is where his name was born. Got a pit bull, named that dog Boogie, and I told Boogie that was going to then be his nickname.
I know we don't have to get too deep into the weeds here, and I know you're not a big movie guy, but when I hear Boogie, you allude to a couple things. I think of Boogie Nights.
Never saw Boogie Nights.
That's what I was thinking. So it has nothing to do with
I know what Boogie Nights is.
Solid movie, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a good movie, but it would say a lot about the nickname if you were naming him after Boogie Nights. So I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got that out of the way.
We started calling him Boogie, and I was like, whenever I get my dog, bro, that is what I'm going to name my dog.
I love that this podcast is going to essentially turn into me sitting here while Will tells stories and Lavonte laughs, and that's kind of the vibe of what it's going to be. Let me just ask like a quote podcast question for Lavonte. Boogie, when did you think you were going to make it to the NFL? And was it after you had 27 tackles against Michigan in 2011 or 12?
Nah, man. I honestly didn't think I was going to make it until after our Big 12 championship junior year.
Oh, against Wisconsin.
Oklahoma.
Oh, Big 12 championship.
Yeah, that junior year. I had like 18 tackles that game, I think. And I had started getting calls from agents. I didn't know what was going on. People call me like, who was these people contacting me, asking me about, representation and all that stuff. And, I ain't have going to the NFL on my mind at the time. And then when all that started happening, that's when I realized, it's a real possibility. Because all these agents hitting me up, trying to get me to see if I'm going to come out early and enter the draft. But in my mind, I never was going to do it. But from that point on, I knew I had a chance to make it to the league.
Bro, your lore is like in my life, the Lavonte David saga. Like I remember clearly playing against you when I was at Michigan and just watching that and like kind of getting after the game because you know what it's like when you're playing. I'm sure you guys as linebackers, and like you guys are keeping track of stats in your head as you go. As an offensive lineman, I'm just sitting there playing, and you kind of notice like the same number over and over again. So after the game, we kind of sit there and we're like, what
number 4.
Number 4, like that guy was kind of going off when he was all over the place. You turn the film on, and you're like, Jesus Christ, this cat's moving. Yeah. And then Will tells a story about Bo Pelini after the game in that, and it's like, all of those things add up. I meet Will, and then I see you on the field, and it's like, bro, this dude's moving lateral and lateral. Now fast or backtrack a little bit. But fast forward the story, I'm at the SEC championship. We're sitting there in a nice hotel drinking coffees, and some guy walks up, and you're mentioned once a month in my life. Like you're a cat that like, hey, Lavonte David, it usually out of Will Compton's mouth, but like it's everywhere at all times. I'm sitting at the before the SEC championship. It's the morning of. We're all having coffees, and some Georgia. Like a defensive assistant coach walks up and starts like breaking down stuff. And he talks about this cat named Yoshi and this guy named Lavonte David. Boom. Will Compton's eyes get like that. And they start going in and breaking it. And I'm like, motherfucker.
He said he was at Fort Scott. And then that's when I started to scoot up from my chair.
And I'm thinking to myself, dude, this dude was in junior college as well. So I'm basically told my little around the world story about you to be like, I really want to hear about your process of like high school to the NFL. Because I mean, there's some stats here that Will's going to read off later. He found these stats and they're absolutely beautiful. But like this cat that I'm looking at on this piece of paper and then hearing like junior college, I think you, Will was ahead of you and then Will got hurt and then all of a sudden you were never going.
Like 8 people were ahead.
I would love the entire breakdown from you. Take as long as you want, dude. Because it's truly fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, I started, playing in high school. I played at Miami Northwestern Senior High School, a prestigious high school down here in Miami. Won 2 state championships when I was here. I never lost when I was a starter. I didn't start playing varsity until my junior year. So my freshman and sophomore year, I was really just, everybody who I hung around, was older than me. There was like, seniors or juniors and stuff like that. So my freshman and sophomore year, I was just out there having fun, just doing whatever in high school, just, skipping class, just doing silly things that high school kids do. And then, when I started, getting serious in football, because I played junior varsity my sophomore year, and I started getting serious in football. And, by the time, it was time for me to graduate, I didn't have the proper GPA to be able to, go on to a 4-year university. So I signed to Middle Tennessee State out of high school, but I didn't qualify. Manny Diaz was the linebacker coach, and he recruited me big time. He the only one who really, stuck with me throughout that whole process. He was trying to get me to come here really bad, and unfortunately it didn't work out. And then it was a thing that I was going to gray shirt, and then end up going to Middle Tennessee State in the spring. But something happened during the summer back at home in Miami that kind of spooked my parents, so they wanted me to get out, hurry up and make a decision to get out and go to school. And Eddie Brown, Antonio Brown's father, was a coach at Fort Scott Community College, and he reached out to my parents and said, "Hey, we got a spot for him over here in junior colleges. He's gonna have to do 1.5 years or 2 to get another opportunity to go to a big a full year school." And I ended up doing that. And my first day at Fort Scott, I quit. I didn't want to be there, obviously. And then the reason that I quit is because we had a conditioning test. I tell this story 1,000 times, and I just can't believe that this was actually a conditioning test. We ran 4 220s, 16 110s, and 20 40s, and they're all time. And as freshmen coming in, you couldn't drink any water or nothing like that. Only people who drink water is like guys who've been already. And on the second 220, I passed out. I'm on the ground, flat on the ground. Coach Jeff Sims, he was the head coach at the time, cursing me out, calling me all type of names, saying my daughter can effing do this, my 3-year-old daughter can effing do this. You Miami guys are weak and soft. And me, I'm getting pissed off, whatever. So man, I just basically like, man, fuck this, I'm gone. And I quit. So in back of my mind, I was gonna go home and be a firefighter. It's like, football is done, my football career is over. I'm gonna go home and just make a career for myself right away. And then Eddie Brown put me to the side, like, man, trust me, man, just stick it out. It's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. So the whole time I'm there, I'm just angry. I'm pissed. I'm mad at everybody. And I don't know if BK told you this story, Will, but the first day in pads, I came in as a safety. They had me playing safety. So the first day in pads, we doing one-on-ones, and BK is the guy at the time. So I'm like, I pushed everybody to the side. Nah, I want him. So I'm trying to earn my stripes now. So the first playing in one-on-ones, BK runs a slant, and I hit him. Like, I literally hit him because I'm mad, and me and BK getting into it and this and that. And everybody like, oh, what's going on? Like, break it up. And then everybody looking at me like, oh man, like this dude here, he's crazy because BK, nobody does BK like that. So I'm like,
yeah, because BK was the recruit. BK was the recruit that was gonna lead. He was like the bell of the ball coming out of Fort Scott.
BK was one of the guys who was putting Fort Scott on the map. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go against him. And then it happened again. And then we started fighting and stuff like that. And then it transpired to 907. I'm 907. I'm the strong safety. We're in cover 4. And they got this top back that Coach Sims loves. And they do like a little zone stretch play. And then I run the alley in cover 4 after cover 4 quarter safety. And I hit him like one of the biggest hits I probably to this day ever had in my life. And the ball flew way in the back of the end zone, the opposite way. And everybody's going crazy. And the night meetings, Coach Sims put me to his office. It's like, you're going to be my linebacker. You're starting. You're making this team. And the rest is history. I ended up making the team. And the whole story about that is like going through all that. Only 12 man out-of-state guys could make the roster at the time. And I'm like at the bottom of the roster. So I had to fight my way up all the way there to get to the top of the roster, and I ended up making the roster. And then from that point, ended up going to the University of Nebraska. BK was already there at the time. Will, reaching out and stuff like that. Those guys welcomed me with open arms.
To Boogie,
Will, Haley.
Because Yoshi was there. That's when Yoshi comes up. Because BK, they were recruiting class right before.
Who's BK?
Yeah. Brandon Kinney.
Got you. Thank you. All right. I know a lot of people, right? Mitch, you're back there. Like BK, they're talking like we just know everybody from Nebraska ever.
Yeah, Brandon Kinney, who was a receiver in Nebraska, he was like a highly recruited guy.
I remember you talking about this cat. He was supposed to be like the one, and then just got a little yippy.
Yeah, he dislocated his thumb.
Right,
dude was super athletic, a great leader. He was a stud. But him and Yoshi were already there. Was JPP your class or in that same class with BK and Yoshi?
He was the same class as BK.
Yeah, so that the only one that they lost out on was JPP. He went to South Florida. So when Lavonte was coming out, it was basically down to Nebraska and South Florida.
Okay.
And everybody ultimately got Lavonte recruited to Nebraska. So when Lavonte was coming in, he was this JUCO All-American linebacker, like a 4-star in the JUCO rankings coming out. He was a big dog that was coming. So he had great relationships with like BK and Yoshi. They're telling me Zoe Whaley, the linebacker room, about Lavonte. And so everybody was just kind of getting connected.
Gotcha. And your two biggest offers were Nebraska and USF?
Yeah, Nebraska and USF at the time until I found out I had a lot more offers that I didn't know about. But that's another story to talk about.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't know that. I just remember Eck and Coach Bo just talking about how Lavonte, like, we need to, you know, hey, reach out to him. Like, they want him to feel as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, you're like hosting. I do. You during your story, you talked about how you weren't eligible. You didn't start to your junior, hanging out with the older kids. You're skipping class. As a guy who was also like on the fence, like when I was going into my senior year, a lot of schools came and recruited me, and they're like, "We would clearly love to have you, but your grades aren't there. We don't know if you're going to make it." And so a couple schools didn't offer because of that, Wisconsin and a couple of other those. But like I ended up making it. That story has been well documented on Bussin With The Boys. For you, what was it like when you're staring down the barrel, looking at it like, okay, I need to be eligible, whether it's the sliding scale of the ACT and your GPA, like what didn't take place for you to be able to take the next step? Because I mean, clearly when guys get D1 offers, we like people think it, but it's very clear that you get a silver spoon shoved so far up your ass immediately in high school. Like you become like the guy in school where the teachers, the principal, everyone kind of is like looking out for, okay, this kid, we know the direct line of what his future can be, as opposed to all these other kids. And it's like, we hope it works out for them. They're going to go to college and figure out their lives. And so for me in school, it was, this kid clearly can do something in the NFL or maybe make it to the NFL. Let's at least get him to college. So there was a big push from like my student counselor, the head coach, the principal of the school, teachers, like everyone was kind of in it to be like, let's get Taylor to college, and then someone can take him out, taking care of him from there. But you being in Miami, it didn't work out that way. Like what did not happen? Like how bad was the GPA? I just kind of want to understand that a little bit more.
Yeah, I was hard-headed, man. My whole thing was just, I was just wanting to have a GPA, 2.0 GPA to play football. I wasn't really thinking about nothing else. I just wanted to play football because we was really good at the time. I was having a lot of fun with my homeboys, and I was having a lot of success. And then, when you have those meetings with your counselors going to your senior year and trying to see where you at and things like that, I had that meeting. It was like, hey, man, like you slacking. Like if you want to go to school, you got to, pick it up. And then that's when I saw all my scholarships getting taken away and things like that. So my senior year, I was pretty behind, just trying to catch up and stuff like that. And then when it was time to take the ACTs and all that, my score didn't match up with my GPA. I ended up with a 2.3 GPA I graduated with, but I had like a 18 on the ACT. So by the time it was time to, make those decisions, it wasn't adding up. So I wasn't going to be able to qualify and things like that. So ended up going the junior college route, kind of that. I think that whole process just, humbled me and just helped me understand how important, school is and stuff like that. I always thought like, as long as I'm good at football, I'll be okay. But that's not the case. And that's something that I kind of, that's something that just humbled me. And I definitely, kind of like just took that for what it was. And I took it from a sign of God and just went on ahead and I went to junior college and I was able to, graduate my AA right away and then going to a 4-year university. Even though I didn't graduate, on time at Nebraska, I did go back and get my degree. So I'm extremely proud of that. So that whole process, man, just going through all that stuff, like just finding out things later, I advise anybody to, get on it right away because, even though I went the JUCO route, man, I won't recommend going to JUCO. I mean, it's always a good story to have, but it's rough going that JUCO route.
The stories that you, Yosh, BK, that you guys would tell about being a JUCO. I mean, that conditioning test is outlandish.
Yeah, the condition test is crazy. It's like I don't know, like 90s football, high school football, and then I feel like JUCO still lives in that world where we gotta weed out the week 24/7, 9 on 7.
I could tell you so many stories that we had, man. Like we used to have to run to this lake that was 5 miles away. When somebody messed up, you had to run to the McDonald's that's like 5 miles away, bring back a ketchup packet to make sure that you went there. It was one time during practice, we wasn't having a good practice. Coach stopped the practice. We ran gashers until he got tired of us running gashers. It's another story. I mean, it was one time when we kind of got in trouble, did some knucklehead stuff. We had to run around this path in front of the school when it was freezing cold, like 12 degrees outside, and Yoshi ended up getting frostbite on his hand. It was so much stuff.
No shit. That is
it
wild.
was a lot of stuff that we had to endure during junior college, but it made a lot of guys, man. It made a lot of guys.
Did you guys that year? You played 1 year at junior college, or did you 2?
I played 2. My first year, that's when I played with JPP.
Gotcha.
And we went to a bowl game, and we beat Blinn College in a bowl game. And then the next year that we played, we ended up playing in the national championship against Blinn again, and that's when we played against Cam Newton.
And he mopped.
No, we lost.
No, I said he mopped. He was.
Oh yeah.
A man amongst boys.
Well, he had a solid game, but we lost on the last second punt return. We was going to win. The clock was running. We punted the ball with like 30-something seconds left, and we was up by, I want to say 2. And the punt ended up going inbounds, and the dude ended up catching it and ran it right up the middle and scored a touchdown, and we lost the game.
What a way to lose a national championship.
Yeah, it's a clip out there about it. If you could see probably at the sideline, like everybody, so when he caught the ball, everybody just dropped like, ah. And the crazy thing about that is, I ain't trying to toot my horn or nothing, but I was supposed to be on punt team that week, but they wanted me to spy Cam Newton, so they took me off, and that ended up happening.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but they did take me up the punt team.
Man.
Did you ask him, was Cam Newton on the Blinn?
Ask him. Use the mic.
Lavonte.
Yeah, and yes.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. Cam Newton was on the Blinn team, yeah.
How was it playing against Cam Newton in JUCO? That's got to be, that's crazy.
I mean, for me, it wasn't nothing. But,
I do.
But he definitely was an intimidating figure, as he is right now to the day still. He was an intimidating figure. He had all that aura about him. But we should have won that game. I'll tell you that. We should have won that game. And the crazy thing is, my boy Jasmine Hawkins, the running back, he won offensive MVP, and I won defensive MVP. So that goes to show that we should have won the game.
He said it wasn't nothing.
Just still truly takes it to heart.
He's like, Cam Newton is an action figure on the football field.
No doubt.
Not to take nothing away from you. You've always been like an undersized cat.
Yeah, I have, but at the heart of a lion, man. You know how it goes.
No question. And the Miami Northwestern team, he talks about how he ended up, the Middle Tennessee State and everything else. But Lavonte played with a dude named Sean Spence, a linebacker that was coming out that was like highly ranked. Like, dude was a stud. He played at the University of Miami. Then I want to say he got drafted to Pittsburgh, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a stud. And Lavonte, I want to say like 9 guys off that defense ended up going to playing college ball. Like Lavonte was like him going to MTSU and everything else. Like Lavonte wasn't part of the crop that every coach and teacher and people are rallying around. We got to get this kid. Right. We got to get this kid to the next level. I'm sure that they were having conversations with you. Yeah. But Lavonte wasn't like the pick of the litter on that Miami Northwestern team.
No doubt. That
we had a whole bunch of guys. We had like 2 5-stars, maybe like 6 4-stars. We had 8 guys signed to the University of Miami out of my class.
Yeah, that 08 class. I remember a lot of guys from your school was signing with the University of Miami.
That is just nuts. At my high school, we had 2 guys go D1, and I was one of them. So and the other kid was a 4.0 student. He had no problems at all. There was like, we just got to fix that kid right there. I know we're sticking a lot on the high school part, but were you wanting to go to Miami? Were you in your hearts like, if I could go to any school, it'd be Miami?
Yeah, I did. Obviously I got a lot of love for Miami. I grew up a Miami fan, watching those guys. Jonathan Vilma, DJ Williams, Sean Taylor, and those guys. I definitely want to go there, but it was a chance that I can go. I could have went out of JUCO, but they wanted me to go. They wanted me to attend in the spring, but I wasn't going to be able to graduate early. I had to go in the summer, so they ended up falling back from me. But it's all good. I ain't tripping. It worked out for me.
Now, you did mention a story for later about how Nebraska. I was like, Nebraska and USF. Those are your two schools you go to. And there were actually more, but we can get into that. Was somebody hiding offers from you so you would go to Nebraska? Did Bo Pelini and Will Compton take away your offers so you just go to Nebraska?
No. I just found out later that I had a lot of other schools that was very interested in me, but obviously, people wanted me to go to Nebraska, and I'm fine with that. But don't just kind of like don't hide my offers away from me and stuff like that. That's just like a motivating factor for me and stuff like that. And I did a lot of my own recruiting too when I was there at Fort Scott. When I saw myself being able to go to a 4-year university, I started to do a lot of things on my own, reaching out to schools, emailing schools and stuff like that. I know when I was in high school, one of my FIU, Florida International University, was a team who was recruiting with Crystal Ball and another guy, Coach Cooley or whatever, and then Cooley ended up going to Florida State, and I remember he was on me big time, so I ended up emailing him and getting recruited by Florida State too at the time. So those was one of the schools. So I found out, who was really interested in me coming out of JUCO, and other schools I heard of LSU, I heard Tennessee, I heard Oklahoma, a bunch of schools, but at the time, I was already signed to Nebraska. So
you know what that was. Those are handshake deals happening with the JUCO staff and the Pelini staff. Honestly,
it sounds like because that Georgia assistant we talked to the SEC championship, and you were talking about how like Yoshi and Lavonte were kind of like a package deal because they wanted Yoshi.
Yeah, they wanted
Yoshi, and then they were like, if you want Yoshi, you got to take this Lavonte kid as well.
Yeah,
am I understanding that? So.
Because Fort Scott was like a little pipeline for Nebraska.
Yeah. It definitely seems like it. When did you find out that you had potential offers from LSU and Oklahoma, possibly Michigan, and a couple of other schools?
I didn't find out after my rookie year. I know a former coach who coached at Fort Scott. He came to one of the games. And then we were just sitting down talking, and then he ended up telling me, he said, you had a lot of other schools that was interested in you, man. I'm sorry that it went down the way it did, but I just wanted to let you know it was a bunch of other schools interested in you and stuff like that. But I was like, it's all good, man. It all worked out for me. I ended up going to Nebraska, met Will, had some good times. Ended up being a second round pick out of there, so I ain't tripping at all.
Yeah, you're not tripping, but like I have this like image in my head of you grabbing coffee with this guy, and then I don't know if you've seen the SNL skit of like Chris Farley when he's sitting there and they're like, "Sir, are you aware you're not drinking coffee, but actually decaffeinated coffee crystals?" And then Chris Farley has a complete crash out. That was more for Sherm than anybody else, but that's how I imagine Lavonte. Like, were you like livid when that happened? Because you definitely like slowly in this podcast, I'm just realizing this cat, the reason why he's successful is the classic chip on the shoulder. Nobody wants me. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Like, how'd you play against Cam Newton? Like, it wasn't nothing to me. Like, Cam Newton ain't nothing. It's like, okay, all right. I got you. I'm with you. Like, was that like a Michael Jordan, I took that personal moment?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't take it personal, but I was just like, I was kind of like in the crowd, like, damn, like, why would he do that? Like, confused. Like, why would he do that? At the time, they want the best interest at hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, let us decide where we want to go and things like that. Yeah. And, I was kind of taken back by it, but, I was at the point where just like, I'm kind of like, there's nothing I can do about it now, so I just, took it for what it was and just moved on.
Mm. He ain't having a 14-year career without Nebraska.
Do you believe that, Lavonte?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I think my mindset back then, I think I may have, but everything just, God had predestined this journey for me. So He wanted me to go to Nebraska, so I ended up going to Nebraska, and I learned a lot of football at Nebraska. I can tell you that. Coach Bo Pelini, he was a very sharp, football guy. Even though we play all these coverages in the spring and the summer, and then we get to the games, you just run even double bracket.
Even double bracket, man. We do everything under the sun defensively, and then you get to the games, and it's even double bracket. What is it? Back angle one. You just run a few things, and then everything would be check based. Yeah. So off of formations, tendencies, which is I feel like that is where you kind of get the leg up of seeing the game from a different lens, especially when you get to the NFL and you realize some of the vanilla teachings and things that go on, and you're like, and you almost tell the coordinator, you tell your coach like, I can handle seeing a bunch set and you want to get to something else. Or if we go to empty, you can trust me to check out of it and go to something else. Because everything was predicated off of formations and tendencies with Coach Pelini.
I love it.
Yeah.
How was
real savvy guy.
All right, cozy up. We're going to take a quick break and shout out a couple of our sponsors. And if you don't mind at all, drop in the comments how much you love our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Netflix. And I have a question for you. If you walked into a stash house and found it full of $20 million, how much would you steal? That's the question Matt Damon, Ben Affleck have to answer in Netflix's new movie, The Rip. They play a team of Miami cops alongside Tiana Taylor, Steven Yeun, Catalina Sandino Moreno, Kyle Chandler, and Sasha Kaje, all trying to decide, are they the good guys or the bad guys? This movie is an edge-of-your-seat thrill ride the entire time, keeping you guessing till the very end. Don't miss The Rip, only on Netflix on January 16th. We are also brought to you by Lucy. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/bussin and use promo code bussin to get 20% off your first order. They have incredible flavors: mango, apple ice, espresso, to name 3 of my favorites. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co. Use code bussin, BUSSIN, to get 20% off. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every customer is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Back to the episode. Talk about your first year. Talk about your experience at Nebraska. You come in, you were operating. So when Lavonte came in, they were going to make him, you do the whole thing. Like, I don't know where he was predetermined on the staff's list, but making him earn everything that he's going to get. So when we're starting off training camp, he's not even working on the fields with the 1s and 2s. And I want to say Lavonte was a 4 at the time. And he's just on he's just on a separate field to where, every other period they might have the 4s go off and do something else. But Lavonte's practicing with the 4s. And then sure enough, injury after injury starts happening. And he's starting week 1 of his first year at Nebraska, where it's not like he has everything put together, with the installs and everything else. It's almost like he had to go out there because Sean Fisher tore his ACL. There's a crack block that happened. When tempers get high in training camp, guys kind of start getting more physical. It's just offense versus defense every day. A crack back happens, a tough block happens. That dude falls into Sean Fisher, who was starting in the dime package at the time as the solo backer, and he tears his ACL. He gets carted off. I'm now the solo dime backer, like Sean Fisher and I would be.
I think Fish broke his fibula.
Oh, broke his fibula. That's right. You're right. Yeah. He broke his leg. Yeah. And then in the when it was nickel and base, like it'd be me and Fish. And then when it was a single backer, it was Sean Fisher. Now I'm the single backer going into week 1 because I'm a sophomore at the time. Sean was a sophomore. And then the week of the opening week, who was the team that we played? Western Kentucky. Opening week. On Thursday, in our just jog through style practice, I break my foot on just a little stick route. Earlier in the week, I took this wheel route up and I thought I felt something in my foot, but they MRI'd it and nothing, or they X-rayed it and nothing was there. And it turns out there was just like a hairline it's like hard to see, maybe hard to see, but I had like a hairline. And then on Thursday, I plant on the foot and it just my foot just breaks. So I just like drop to the ground. I try like taping. I just can't walk. Like minute by minute goes by and like I can't walk. I realize my foot's broken. So now Lavonte is the single backer going out there in opening week.
His first year at Nebraska.
Trying to keep his head above water. Had a summer with us.
You were playing in the kiddie pool starting to camp. Like you're over in the rafters. Like, yeah, take them over there. They'll figure it out when they do. To being a starter in week one.
Yeah.
And Will's
the crazy thing is, when I first got there, it's a conditioning test called the beep test. And, Dobby, Coach Dobson.
Coach
Dobson Taylor.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah. And then I failed the beep test. So we have a meeting of all the new guys, the incoming recruits. I mean, the freshmen and the transfers or whatever. And I'm getting chewed out. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dobby telling me, you're supposed to be an example for these young guys. You out here failing your beat test and this and that and that. Chewed me out. So I'm already behind on that part. I'm like, dang, I'm making, a bad first impression.
Yeah.
So
I failed that beep test too.
Now explain the beep test for people that don't know the beep test. Myself included.
So beep test number 1, you should be able to pass the beep test.
Okay. That's
let's just get that out of the way. Just because you're hearing that me and Lavonte failed, it doesn't mean it's a hard thing because it's not.
Yeah.
What's up?
Is it like the pacer test?
Yeah, it's like this pacing test to where you run across however long it is. It's not like that far. Let's just say like 20 to 30 yards.
Yeah, I think mine it'd be like 32 yards or something like that.
Something like that. And then like when it beeps, you run and then you reset, and then when it beeps again, you run back. When you reset and then it just paces like it gets a little faster. And it's truly like when I failed, I failed as a freshman. There were maybe 2 or 3 guys that failed out of our entire class of like, let's just say 25, 30 guys. Mm-hmm. So it's a tough feeling when you fail the beep test. But I guess
it's pretty embarrassing, to be honest with you. Just to keep it real. It's a strategy that goes into it. I didn't pace myself. I thought it was a bit bad. Well, if I'm sprinting out there trying to, look all good or whatever, and they caught up to me because I didn't know. As you get closer to the end, it goes faster and you have less rest time. So you got to be able to pace yourself in it. So, the second time I did it, I had to do it inside the weight room, and I ended up passing it because I had a better strategy. And then going on to training camp, I remember when I realized, like, oh, man, I got to work my way in. It's because, we in individuals, right? And, Coach Eckler was our linebacker coach at the time. Coach Mike Eckler, he's the special team coordinator at Nebraska right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm very familiar with Eck.
Yeah, it goes, when it goes 1's up first, and then 2's everybody's behind each other. I'm like 5 behind everybody. I'm like, dang. So like it shows like, dang, I gotta work my way up. And then, training camp, you split fields, and all the 1s and 2s are on like the turf field, or was it the indoor or the turf field?
It just depended on the day, but yeah, you guys would be over there on the grass field.
We was over on the grass, like I'm over there with with the walk-ons and the freshmen. I'm like, man, what is going on? And I'm like,
with like the GA, the GA is your coach.
Yeah, the GA coaching and stuff like that. I'm looking, I'm like, dang, boy, I got some work to do. And then, as everything just kept on going, it kept on unfolding. I think it was you and Fish, Zoe Lee, Eric Martin, Matthew May, Graham started, and then it was me. I was like way in the back, and then I ended up just trying to learn understanding and stuff like that. I mean, I was getting 13 reps. I remember one day in practice, I don't know if I ever told nobody this story, but it wasn't really like a crazy practice or whatever. But Jim Epke, you remember Jim Epke?
Yeah, oh yeah.
13 ace.
Yeah,
and
I
had to block him on our kick return, and he was going crazy. I'm like, yo, like, bro, like, it's not like it's a walkthrough. Like, what you doing? He said, I don't care. This is what I do. I'm like, okay. So I know what time it is now. So ever since then, I used to be like just trying to go hard, just because I used to go against him all the time. We just used to go at it, and that's when I knew, like, okay, this is real now. So I gotta step it up. And then that's when Sean Fisher went down. and I don't know what happened with Zoe. And then
it was like we run 2 backer sets, and then when we were in dime packages, like you want an athletic cat, like you want speed on the field. Yeah. Like Zoe was like in the conversation. You and Zoe started in base, you guys started in nickel, and then when it was dime, they're just like, hey, we're gonna keep it vanilla, and we're gonna put Lavonte out there. Like, let's see what the dude's got, because he would flash. Like, even though he was on the grass field, they would still Eck would still show clips throughout the day of Lavonte, kind of probably maybe just to keep his head in, to keep his confidence high, that he's still being looked at, and he would flash like on the grass field. But again, when I break my foot, it's Thursday. We play on Saturday, and so Lavonte's just getting thrown into the fire come game day, and then game day happens. You have 13 tackles?
13 tackles.
13 tackles against Western Kentucky. Yeah. Will's up in his suite with a scooter. Just sitting there, standing up like, fuck.
Me and Fish is up there. Me and Fish is up there in scooters. And it wasn't just 13 tackles, but he had one play where a dude comes over the middle, and Lavonte tattoos this motherfucker, bro. Yeah. And throws up. It's a photo that still just lives, but it was from his first game. And it's like he's in the middle of his leg kick. He's throwing the bones, everything. And I just remember I was personally bummed because it was going to take me like at least 8 weeks to get back. And I'm like, damn, this dude is flashing. And then he continued to flash throughout the next 7-8 weeks. And see what I did not say there. 7-8 weeks. And he balled, bro. And it was one of those situations for me to where coaches aren't kind of telling you what's going to happen. I'm curious. I'm like, man, he's been playing good. Eck, we're like, how Eck and I are. This like father son, like best friend type of relationship. He's talking to me about how good Lavonte is, and I'm wondering in the back of my mind, like, damn, am I going to have a job when I come back? Right. Like, I know I was going to be the guy that ran next to Lavonte, but I wonder what's going to happen with the dime package, because the way the Pelini system worked, they lean more on dime packages and using more defensive backs because Dijon Gomes was really good, and so I just knew, I'm like, as far as playing time goes, I wonder who's going to have that dime slot whenever I do come back. And then when it happened, nobody kind of tells you. I'm kind of just learning in real time. Lavonte ain't losing his spot.
So first week, I'm assuming you're like, oh, I'm really happy for Lavonte.
Fired up for him. And Zoe too, because Zoe played well.
At what week were you like having this thought process of like, I don't know if I'm going to have a job? I
think it was Washington. When did we play Washington in week 3 or 4?
Yeah, we played like week 3.
Like early. Week 3, we went out to Washington. Awesome atmosphere. That was when T Magic was born. He was going off. He was starting to get in the Heisman conversation. And Lavonte had a really good game, and kind of sneaky too, because you could see how, and it's been his entire career, he's been like an undersized cat. Not like the most physical as far as going to the point of attack will knock your dick in the dirt. But as far as like taking on blocks and everything else, this dude was very good at getting skinny or finessing or slipping blocks, which you can't teach it, you can't coach it. You just watch Lavonte, and it's like he's got something. Whether in my brain at the time, I might be thinking it's lucky, but he's got something that he's able to just do. Whether he's blitzing and running right at a guard and just turns his shoulder or hits a swipe at just the right time, he just had this ability. I just remember the way Eckler was talking about him on the flight home. I'm like, this dude is nice on the football field.
But the college mindset of you, Will Compton, is not, this dude is nice. You're like, man, he's all right.
It was like a song and dance, because when Lavonte comes in, like, he'll tell you, I've just always been the guy, even when Rashawn got drafted in the first round. Like, I've always been like I fight those demons on my shoulders as far as like the selfishness that does go into it. But I wanted Lavonte I wanted him to be good for the linebacker room. It's not like I'm sitting there being like, I want him to be better than me and everything else. So when he was coming along, it was kind of like, you had to have a little bit of an ego death, but you couldn't just sit there and, I'm thinking in my mind, like, what's going to come out? I can't sit here and project that this dude's being lucky and everything else. Like, he was playing good. And every time we're in the room, like, I felt like a responsibility. Fish and I both felt like you have a responsibility to coach the dudes up, and whatever the game plan is, like getting Lavonte as well equipped as possible to go out there and play on Saturday. So it was like, it was tough. Like, of course I wanted to play.
Right. But the mental warfare internally.
Yeah. And Lavonte and I were boys. Difficult. Like, he was, again, he didn't have a license. Like, he rocked around with Yoshi. Like, we had like a crew of guys, but Lavonte and I and Zoe, like, we were boys. Like, again, Zoe would always call him Boogie. My wife called me, he's like, that's just Boogie, man. And I just be like, whenever I have a dog, I'm gonna name him Boogie because of our knucklehead tendencies back in that time. But we were all close. So it was like, you had to, it just was what it was.
Damn.
Yeah, and I honestly didn't expect them guys to like treat me the way they did. Like Will helped me learn the playbook. Like as soon as I got there, we used to meet extra times. We used to watch film and stuff together. Him, Zoe, all those guys. Fish was okay. He wasn't really.
Yeah, but Fish was going to be a doctor. He is currently like dude's like a surgeon.
Yeah.
So he was always studying 4.0, double major, everything. But Fish wasn't like, when practice and everything was over, Fish was going to study hall. Fish was going to study.
Fish wasn't interested in an NFL career. He was interested in a doctorate.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He was one of those guys. But they definitely welcomed me open arms, though. And I just remember when Will first got hurt to go back. I remember, he crying and stuff like that. And, he kind of like, just, kind of like, I don't know what to say to him and things like that and stuff like that. But, he kind of like kept on encouraging me and kept on, just giving me, his best foot forward, so. And then I just remember he kept on saying, man, when I get back, it's going to be us. You got to take it over. You got to take it over. I'm like, I got you, man. I got you. You know what I'm saying? So I know in the back of his mind, he was kind of like, obviously he was upset. But when he seen me, kind of like take off, he kind of like was just like, F it. Like it's going to be me and you now.
Yes, bro. Because we had some moments, bro. We had some fun moments, man. With Penn State, Michigan State.
Yeah.
Like again, Lavonte, he got Big 12 Newcomer of the Year. He was an All-American the next year. The Sandy going to bowl games. Because we was roommates too. I would always try and get Boogie. I would record him all the time. Because again, he was a hermit. He just didn't do a whole lot. And he was just always like funny to us. Because he was just like, he had like this Ed Reed mentality. But dude, we had a lot of good times in Nebraska. In Nebraska.
And just like, also I remember Coach Bowles always like the dime stuff. And I was like, I'm talking about Coach Bowles. Coach Fellini. Coach Fellini always like the dime stuff, the one backer. And I remember I'm telling you, man, I can't do the one backer no more. Like, we got to be on the field together. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I ended up having a meeting with Coach Fellini. And then he ended up changing. It was dime necessarily, but I was the dime and Will was in. So the next year, me and Will was always on the field because I was like, I can't be the only backer out there no more. I need other people out there with me.
Oh, so you gave Will a step up in his career.
If you say that,
we had a freak. Dijon Gomes. He was a dog. Right. He was a baller. And he was somebody who could play like, if you look back at the Texas game, he stripped the dude and took a ball. Like the dude was very good, very opportunistic when it come to like getting his hands on the ball.
Right.
So he ended up rethinking the way, hey, if all these teams in the Big 12 that do spread, he was kind of a tweener to where he was physical enough, even though he was more of a DB, but you couldn't not have him on the field because we had cats everywhere in the secondary that was very good. We've always had a very good pass defense. And so when Lavonte, whenever he has his year, and we're kind of the packages are kind of mixing it up. You don't know who's going to be doing what. We had different stuff going on, but that next year, I know they were trying to fast track Lavonte as the dime package because Lavonte, again, he was more of a backer, but he was somebody who could cover everybody. So he was just he was the piece. He was the piece that the Nebraska defense loved because, again, you could have a more athletic body who was physical enough, and then Lavonte was able to fill that in whenever Dijon Gomes went to the NFL.
Got you.
So I basically ended up playing Dijon Gomes' spot when he left.
And there was a pride factor in the linebacker room of just always hating when we would have to go solo backer. Always. We took it as like a slight to where we had to figure out.
Right.
Like, why is only one of us on the field?
Yes.
Yeah.
Off the field, were you ever casted to be a part of Will's Vines?
That was the year Vine came out was my senior year in college. So you were gone. So you were gone. So no. No, but Lavonte was part of a lot of videos of mine. Because I always had my phone out. I was always recording in the locker room.
Hey, he's so sneaky about the phone, dude. He's always and he does a great job of not like changing his tone when he's like got his phone out as opposed to just talking to you normal. So he'll catch your ass. Like there's probably a dozen videos Will has of me just talking crazy about things, and he'll just as soon as he's done, he'll just go, "Got him." It's all up. I'm like,
Lavonte loves some R&B soul music, so we'd be waking up, say we go do breakfast, and we might be chilling before maybe a night game or before we leave on the bus. So Lavonte and I are kind of just laying in bed, whether we're watching College Game Day, TV, whatever it is. But Boogie would just all of a sudden he'd have his headphones in, and then he'd just start singing. And so I would catch him all the time with the phone, and he'd look over and he'd like drop his like, man, come on, man, why you always gotta be recording me? Because I just catch him in a full verse of some R&B. I'll have to leak those.
Yeah, for this pod for sure.
I used to go over Warehouse and take his MacBook. He had a MacBook at the time, and I used to have my own playlist on his MacBook. Put all my music and stuff on there. And just keep on adding music.
Yeah.
Lavonte, do you have any untold?
You just have his MacBook and just play music all the time.
That's awesome.
Lavonte, do you have any untold behind the scenes stories of Will, whether it's in the locker room, at the townhouse, going out,
at the rail?
Yeah, I kind of do. Yeah, I got a lot of stories with Will.
You ain't
Will is a boogie guy himself. You know,
so we call him Willie Eat You Compto. We won't get into the lore of that.
I think it doesn't take a whole lot to think of what lore that
is. It's Willie B come out, Earl come out, Lil Earl come out. It's so many names.
Lil Earl?
Yeah, he got a lot of alter egos, man. But those nights on the rail downtown, he's a married man now, so he's safe.
I appreciate you.
So I'm sure Charles won't be mad at these stories. But just I tell you this, Taylor, we'll go there together, hang out together, and I look up, he's gone. I don't know where he's at.
Buddy, I had friends like that all the time. You're like, hey, we're hanging out, right? The boys are going out tonight. And you're like, yeah, we'll go out. And then like 30 minutes into all of us being there, it just vanishes. Hey, what happened to you last night? Man, don't worry about that.
The vibes would be high.
Lil Earl was out last night.
The Lil Wayne mixtape was hot. BK rocked it at every opportunity he got. Vibes would be high, but yeah, we had good times.
No doubt.
Hey, and the can I tell the San Diego story? It's not like a bad story.
Yeah, it's not a bad story.
But it was one where we're sitting there laughing like, what was that, Boogie?
Yeah.
We went out, we was at a bowl game, so we were out, I believe, in Orlando, and we wanted to go get like seafood. We're like, hey, let's go get a spot. Me, Lavonte, and Zoe. So we go out, we're having dinner and everything else, and we feel like when we were leaving, we felt like this group of girls was looking at us.
Yeah,
and, we're kind of trying to play it cool.
Once you notice it, it's hard to unnotice it.
And Lavonte at this point, this is late in the season, so he obviously cleans himself up now, but he had like the whole Ed Reed thing going on, to where he basically just like grows his hair out. There's no hairline, there's no nothing, just nappy. And the girls got like close to us, and they kind of like walk by, and Lavonte just goes, hey, where y'all headed? And they kind of just turned back and looked, and then just hurried up and scurried away and kept going. And me and Joe was like, yo, what the hell? That was the creepiest thing we've ever heard, bro. He's like, oh, shit.
Dude, crazy ass hair, crazy ass facial. Where y'all headed right now?
Oh, fuck. Hey, man, at that time, we in San Diego, man. We don't got that much time. We got to get straight to it.
No doubt. Hey,
San Diego,
I'm with
not
you.
Orlando.
There's something about Will goes, can I tell the San Diego story? He goes, we're at a bowl game, probably Orlando. And I'm thinking, I'm like thinking, all right, coast to coast, this motherfucker.
We took a plane to Orlando.
I'm feeling retarded because I asked Lavonte if we met before. He's like, yeah, dude, we met a lot. And then Will hits that. I'm like, all right, never mind. We're good, dude. Hey, but, Lavonte, I'm with you. Them bowl games, man, you only have a finite amount of time, so there's there's like a lot of courting taking place. Like you don't have that. Like it's speed dating, when you're in a different location.
That's exactly what it is. We had a bowl game in San Diego. We got on our college gear. You feeling yourself and stuff like that. So hey, man, you gotta try to get it where you fit in, man. Try to get it as quick as possible.
Hey, where y'all headed?
Sun's going down. You just imagine with Boogie's
the
voice.
Moistures are hitting.
Yeah. Where y'all headed? Yeah. They just keep on. What the hell was that?
What the fuck?
You just scared them away.
That was creepy though. It was very creepy.
That is so funny.
Brought to us by Jim Bean. Just know that the postseason is upon us, and there's really nothing like it. But the postseason can be stressful. Crushing losses, wild upsets, your unhinged 6-game parlay falling apart at the literal last second. I had an 8-legger. It didn't hit because the Bears ended up winning that game. I had the Packers money line, but things can get rough and it leaves you feeling a little sour. But you got to look on the bright side. One once your team is out and headed off to decompress, you can finally relax. Now you can actually enjoy the postseason without all of the heart palpitations. That's why we're partnering with Jim Beam. We want to help you turn that lemon of a loss into delicious, tasty Jim Beam and lemonade, because it's really the perfect bevy for the offseason. It's refreshing, the perfect sweetness, a little bit of tang on your tongue, and it's best paired with stress-free watching when your team is out. So gather the boys and grab some Jim Beam and lemonade to make the rest of the postseason just a little bit sweeter. Refresh your season with Jim Beam and lemonade, best enjoyed together. Please drink responsibly. Hey, bro, we can sit here and talk NFL. Are you coming back next year?
Am I coming back next year? You know what, Will? I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm not even thinking about football right now, honestly.
Hey, you know what he did? He went. Oh, I'm talking to ESPN now.
Yeah,
that's what he just did. Yeah. To be honest, I love the game. It's done so much for me, but at this point, I'm just not thinking about it. I want to rest and recover my family, talk to God. Is that where you were headed?
That's exactly what I'm headed. You on point, But Will, you'll be the first to know, bro. You know how it is, man. You'll be the first to know whenever I decide. But right now, bro, I'm honestly, like, truly, I'm not really thinking about football. I'm not thinking about retirement. I'm not thinking about playing. I took my daughter to school this morning. That felt amazing. So I'm just locked in on that, man. I'm just right now just chilling, getting my mind right. Daddy mode. I'm going to do this place called Hot Works. I'm going to do cycling later, kind of like get a good little sweat in, good little workout in. And then, when that time comes, bro, it'll pop in my mind. A sign to hit me and I decide. But I would tell you this, my daughter, she doesn't want me to play anymore. So we'll see.
I'll tell you this, whenever you do decide, because whenever the team told us that you were coming on Zoom, it was like last night around 9 p.m., a rage took place internally because I want you on the bus. So whenever you do figure it out, I would love for you to be back on the bus. We can talk more things Buccaneers when that time comes. But what is going on through your head? Like, what questions are you asking yourself when deciding if you want to come back again for year 15, bro? Crazy. Again, Taylor was asking, like, when you knew you were going to be able to play in the NFL. I remember your senior year when you were going to the NFL, and we're everybody, me, you, like all the boys, we're all fired up. I wonder where you're going to get drafted, and we're like, how long you think you want to play? And I just remember you saying, like, I'll get to 10 years and then I'll get to 10 years and I'll figure it out. And it's one of those things where you just smile and shake your head because you know that is a reality for him, and it's just cool to hear, like, this dude's talking about 10 years. He's not even a rookie yet. And now you're looking at, you could be looking at year 15. You just finished 14 years and just an unbelievable career. You already know your boy is going to be your biggest hype man, one of your biggest hype men, along with Gerald McCoy and all the boys out there that always put your name at the top of every list. But what is going on through your head when deciding this? Are you asking yourself, what more do I have to prove? Can my body go through this again? Do I want to go through this again? Like, give us a look inside of your brain.
Yeah, the main thing is just, these seasons are long. You know what I'm saying? Am I going to be focused? Am I going to lock in? Am I going to have my best foot for the team, for 17, 18 weeks of the season? You know what I'm saying? And then next, is my ability still the same? Am I still going to be able to, cover tight ends? Am I still going to be able to punch and shed? Am I going to be able to, make physical downhill tackles the way I always do? I just don't want to be a liability when I'm out there. You know what I'm saying? I always say, man, when my ability starts to diminish, I don't want to be one of those guys where people like, oh yeah, man, it's time to hang it up, bro. I never wanted to get to that point. So that stuff, the situation, what's going on in Tampa, you got a lot of coaching changes down there. Are they going to put the right people in place and stuff like that? And, am I going to be able to endure it, physically? It's been a tough year for me, physically, body wise, because I never really, dealt with an injury like I did this year. I kind of dealt with something all year.
What'd you deal with?
And it was like,
What'd you deal with?
A knee. Okay. You know how those knees get, they call it wear and tear and stuff like that. And you know how that can be. It could be, very irritating. Just gotta, you got to drain it every week and things like that. So
what's the most CCCs you've had to drain from your knee this season?
The most I have is like 50 something, I believe.
God, it's a good amount of fluid in your knee
to
drain before a game.
Yeah. Got to get that quad to fire.
Yeah. Absolutely. Is there a part of you that fears not being the linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that thinks about the other side and it's like, am I comfortable walking away from this game that I know is a big part of my identity?
Not really, Will, to be honest with you, no. I think, like you said, man, like when you say one of the questions is, do I have anything left to prove? And the only thing I have to prove is just if I'm out there, me being the best on the field. Because when I'm out there, obviously my mindset, hey, man, I'm going to be the best player on this field. And if I don't feel like I'm the best player on the field, there's no point in me going out there, you know. So that's the only thing that's for me. Like, just, you know, listen, man, I played 14 years, bro. Like you said, I had a crazy thought to be able to make it to 10. I didn't even get drafted yet. So, and then for me to be able to make it to 14, I tied Derrick Brooks for the tackle record. I won a Super Bowl. You know, I'm well respected across the Tampa community. You know, I did a lot in the community. I did everything that I said I'd do when I got drafted to Tampa. So, you know, the only thing for me is just that's left to prove, just like prove to myself that I'm still able to play football at a high level.
Dude, you clearly, and Will and I have had this conversation when we were playing. I would have this conversation with Will, but it's like, you've won, dude. Like, you've done everything you have to do in your career. You've checked every single box that you need to check in order to be completely fulfilled in your career. But last week we were doing this thing for Jim Beam. We were doing a segment, which is kind of like, you know, giving flowers to a team whose seasons ended, and it was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I did a little thing, and then Will brought up a bunch of your stats. And I think you might go down as the most underrated football player of all time.
Oh, there's no question.
Is when you talk about tying Derrick Brooks, and then Will has a whole sheet. He can lay out all the stuff. Like, but when you see your stats next to other players and how close you are, and then seeing the accolades they had from an individual standpoint versus your individual standpoint, like, does that add any more of the chip to the layer of, if I'm weighing pros and cons coming back, like, there's a pro right there, is because for whatever reason I've done this much and people still haven't given me the respect, the rewards I deserve?
Yeah, the only thing about it is, man, just the all pros and the Pro Bowls. You know, one first team all pro, 2 second team all pro, 1 Pro Bowl. You know, obviously I can't control that, you know, things like that. You know, hopefully down the line when they really see and they look at the stats and look at, you know, like you said, who I'm lined up against, they're like, oh, well, this guy, you know, maybe this dude did get, you know, cheated out of the stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to feel no sympathy for me or nothing like that, but I just want them to understand, like, every time I played on Sunday, I was a factor on the field. And that's the only thing that mattered. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we wasn't really good. You know, Tampa wasn't really good at the beginning of my career. So that probably played a huge factor into it as well. But when you look aside of that, you know, just look at the player himself, you know, look at what he did. You could go back and watch the film or whatever the case may be. Like, people be like, oh, he made all these tackles, but in those tackles, I had 20 tackles for losses. So there was very impactful tackles. They wasn't like down the field tackles and stuff like that. Like, every time I played, you know, I made an impact on the game. So, you know, when people go back and look and see those things, I hope they, you know, take a chance and just look at that. And then, you know, I see, like, you know, the Pro Bowl voting and all the All Pro voting and stuff like that. I remember, because I was a 4-3 linebacker at the beginning of my career. So it was 4-3 outside linebacker at that. So I had to compete with guys like Von Miller, you know, Ryan Kerrigan, you know, Terrell Suggs,
Clay Matthews.
True pass rusher. So obviously they're not going to vote me as an outside linebacker, you know, on an all-pro team or a Pro Bowl team because they got those guys. They're looking at those guys who getting the sacks and stuff like that. And I seen the all-pro thing came out the other day. You know, they only have like 2 true linebackers up for all-pro, and they can have like edges. They got like 5 edge guys. So I'm like, come on, man, that's not really fair to the linebacker position. So that's what I always say, man, like, the linebacker position in itself is kind of like being, you know, tarnished and things like that because of those edge guys. But, you know, it is what it is. But, I feel like, when people do go back and look and just kind of like truly see and watch, you can watch my film, you can watch the stats that is just, look at the stats that I have. It just shows that, I was an impact when I played the game.
One of two players, 1,500 tackles, 40 sacks, 10 interceptions. Only other guy is Ray Lewis. And I look at that stat and hearing you break down some old stories and getting to relive some old highlights of our career. But a guy who tried quitting after the first day of showing up at Fort Scott, guy who failed the beep test, guy who got thrown into the fire, a guy, all of these things. Can you even imagine that dude is one of two players with 1,500 tackles, 40 sacks, and 10 interceptions, and shares that with Ray Lewis? Being an undersized cat and everything else, dude, it's unbelievable what you have done. And we're always gonna root for you on this end. But when you do decide, again, because we wanted you, I know Taylor feels the same way. We want you here in person.
Yep.
Because you'll sound much better. The audio will sound much better, and we'll just be in person. We can break down more Buccaneer stuff, and then whenever you make your decision, you can let us know what factored into it. But we'd love to have you in Nashville and sitting on the bus whenever that day does
no
come.
problem, bro. You know how it is, man. It's always love, man. I appreciate you guys. Every time I come to Nashville, we always have a good time. So, I get chauffeured by you, so I'm thankful for that. But definitely, bro, we could set that up whenever that time comes. I'll reach out to you guys and let you know.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Sounds good. Because, hey, remember, whenever we did that favor for him in Kansas City, I was like, hey, Boogie, just letting you know I got you in my pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Now. I executed what you needed me to, but I got you in my pocket now.
Yeah.
And that pocket's going to be whenever you make a decision on your future.
And there's so much to break down with the Bucs, Tom Brady.
There's so
Antonio
many things.
Brown.
You can say he had a 14-year.
Yeah.
It's going to be an arguable Hall of Fame career for probably a long time.
We'll just call this a part one.
Yeah,
of
this is part
Lavonte
one.
David.
Part one.
Do you want to ask Lavonte
Sure.
the Bud Light question?
Yeah. Lavonte, we got a Bud Light question for you. You know how people would do anything for an ice cold Bud Light. What would Lavonte David do anything for?
Can't say family.
What would I do anything for?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do anything to become a first-ballot Hall of Famer, man.
I love that. I love that,
bro. I do too.
I know, dude. If because literally the only thing that will hold you back is the Pro Bowls and All Pros that we just broke down. But the stats, like if you took, player A or player B, and you would win 9 out of 10
100%.
versus Hall of Famers.
100%.
So yeah, but if Bussin With The Boys gets a vote, we know where it's going.
That's love. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Boogie, we love you, bro. Appreciate you for coming on, man. And we will see you next time you come on this bus.
Let's give
For
Boogie
sure.
Lavonte David a round of applause.
Speaking of Hall of Fame, man, I hope my boy Luke became a finalist. I hope Luke get in, man. That would be very incredible, man.
Kuechly?
Oh,
Yeah.
He's lock stock. It's over.
He's on the Rushmore, man. He's on the Rushmore,
Right.
Buckers. Only thing that would
Right.
probably hurt him is what? Longevity?
Yeah, time.
Yeah, just time.
But he's the only guy I've ever seen change the way he played the game from physical to be more elusive and lose zero production. Right. he never the product he put on the field was the exact same. It just looked different. It is nuts.
Yeah.
It's only a few people who I stood up to watch when I played, on the opposite side, and it was Luke Kuechly and there was Patrick Willis and Amaro Bowman. I had to stand up and watch those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hurt, but. Oh, is Will out there? Will get out there? Let me go watch my boy.
Let me know how he does.
You're the man, Boogie. We appreciate you,
Appreciate you, Lavonte.
Appreciate you guys, man. See y'all soon.
See you
All
soon.
right, bro.